And hello and welcome to Unity Christian High School here in Orange City as we bring you tonight's War Eagle doubleheader between the visiting Hinton Blackhawks and the host Unity Christian Knights. I am Jordan DeSmit giving you the call here for this one on Fuller Digital Solutions, and I'll talk a little bit about both teams. First, for the Hinton Blackhawks, they are led by head coach Matt Leary. He has his team at a 9-2 overall record and a 3-1 conference record. Their only losses are to an undefeated Westwood team and to Class 1A number 4 ranked Remsen St. Mary's. That loss to Remsen St. Mary's occurred back on December 6th, and they actually have, December 16th, and they have not lost since. They've won 4 straight, with their latest being a 54-21 drubbing of Sheldon back on Tuesday. They are led by freshman Bailey Bovey, who has just burst onto the scene this year. She is coming off a 27-point performance on Tuesday and has been great all year. She's been averaging about 16.5 per game and has 182 total points, which is second in the War Eagle, and Gracie Skonoven is the only one in the conference that has scored more. In addition, she leads the conference in rebounds with 119 and steals with 45. However, Bovey is not alone. Returning honorable mention selection Ashlyn Corvarna has played well as well, and she is top 5 in the conference in assists, rebounds, and steals. And senior Aubrey Lake has been efficient, shooting 54.7% from the field. So this might be the night's toughest matchup of the season. So it will be interesting to see how Skonoven and the rest of the Knights match up against the best that Hinton and really the War Eagle has to offer. And with that, I'll talk a little bit about the Unity Christian Knights. They're led by head coach Jay Skeideman, and the Class 3A third-ranked Knights come into this one 7-2 overall and 4-0 in the War Eagle. They blew out Boynton Hole on Tuesday 70-40, thanks in a large part to 29 points from Gracie Skonoven. It was great to see the Knights rebound so well after they took a tough loss to Sioux Falls Christian on Saturday, and they did it without Tyra Skeideman. Jaden Hoffmeyer got the start and played well at notch 5 points, and Cassidy Deckers also had a great game. She had 11 points to go along with 4 rebounds. And it was definitely what the doctor ordered, because they were going to need some momentum going into this game against a talented Hinton team and a rising star in Bailey Bovey. And it will not be easy for the Knights tonight, so expect an entertaining game and an even more exciting finish, just like we had last night with the boys game against Galen Catholic. And I'm expecting this one really to go back and forth between two of the top teams in the War Eagle. So we got under 5 minutes left to go before we get going with starting lineups and the national anthem. I'll take another quick break and get us pretty close to tip-off. You're watching Unity Christian Basketball on Fuller Digital Solutions.
All the best sports shows, all the best games on 101.5 FM and 1570 AM for your college sports, University of South Dakota. For NHL coverage, Minnesota Wild. For NBA coverage, Minnesota Timberwolves. For MLB coverage, Chicago Cubs. And the best games in both college and the pros with the ESPN Radio featured games. Never miss out on the action.
As a bank that cares about supporting small businesses, American State Bank assisted hundreds of young entrepreneurs launch their first business. Starting a business can be complicated, even when it's just a lemonade stand. It's never too early to begin thinking towards your next project, and we'll be here to help make it go as smoothly as possible. Supporting entrepreneurs, no matter their age, it's what we do.
You can't replace the peace of mind that comes with knowing your animal is in good hands. Central Veterinary Clinic has been serving Sioux Center and the surrounding area for over 60 years. With a staff of 11 veterinarians, you can be sure you're getting the right care when you need it. Whether it's your companion animal or a production animal operation, Central Veterinary is committed to staying up to date on the most current medical advances and knowledge to provide your animal with the best care. See what the professionals at Central Veterinary have to offer you at centralveterinaryclinic.com.
Customers deserve great internet too. This is Doug from EverTech. You deserve EverTech's no limits internet and the personal service that comes with it. We've dedicated 32 years to bringing customers like you reliable, unlimited internet. It's internet you can count on. Call or email our Everly office to get started. You and your family need internet with unlimited use, no contracts, and no overages. You need EverTech. Visit evertech.net to learn more. EverTech, internet where you live.
Welcome back to Unity Christian High School here in Orange City. We're going to talk a little bit more about the game itself with about 2 minutes left to go before we get going with our starting lineups and the national anthem. Just glancing at the stats from the last game from Hinton, like I said, Bailey Bovey scored 27. That was, exactly half of the 54 points they scored against Sheldon. So it's really been a one-person wrecking crew so far here for the Blackhawks, and I think really the key for the Knights to win, and it might seem obvious, is to try to shut down Bailey Bovey, and I'd imagine that Gracie Skonoven is going to be on her for most of the night as well. And what should be a really interesting matchup to watch, but and if the Knights do end up shutting down Bovey, I think Ashton Kavarna, like I said, their returning honorable mention all conference selection, will have some trouble. She did have a double-double on Tuesday. She had 10 points and 11 rebounds, but that's a person that might have to step up, even if the Knights find a way to shut down Bovey. Not the easiest task in the world either, but that's definitely going to be a matchup to watch. Skonoven versus Bovey, and the conference's best will square off here in this one. So we got under a minute before we get going with the pregame festivities, and the crowd here in Unity is getting excited as well. So we'll take another break, and we should get pretty close to tip-off. You're watching Unity Christian Basketball on Fuller Digital Solutions.
Rural customers deserve great internet too. You deserve EverTech's no limits internet and the quality local services that comes with it. We've dedicated 32 years to bring customers like you reliable and unlimited internet, up to 50 megabits across 22 counties. It's internet you can count on. Call or email our Everly office to get started. You and your family need internet with unlimited use, no contracts, and no overages. You need EverTech. Visit evertech.net to learn more. EverTech, internet where you live.
Since 1998, Ground Effects in Sioux Center has been Northwest Iowa's premier landscaping and garden center, providing a full variety of trees, shrubs, perennials, and annuals. Visit scgroundeffects.com and use their plant finder tool to help you find the perfect plant for your home. Ground Effects also has a full staff of experts and designers to turn your landscaping dreams into a reality. Come see what Ground Effects in Sioux Center has to offer.
Notaboom Electric and Refrigeration has always operated under strong values aimed at exceeding client needs. The relationship with their clients begins on the first day of contact and only ends once you are fully satisfied with the work. When you hire Notaboom Electric, you can count on them for the results you want and need. They offer a number of services, from residential and commercial facilities to schools and churches. Discover the advantage of working with Notaboom Electric and Refrigeration in Orange City today. Wishing good luck to the Knights.
When each new day begins, we're here. When you want new technology that's tested and proven, we're here. When you need a sounding board or just a good story, we're here. For an ally whose local roots run as deep as yours, or to make next year the best year yet, we'll be where we've been all along. With you from the word go.
Pizza Ranch serves buffet your way.
Don't you mean my way, Mr. Voiceover Guy?
Sure, anyone's way, actually. Request your favorite pizza. We'll make it, bake it, and give you the first slice.
I can add peppers to pepperoni, Stampede on stuffed crust, maybe Texan taco on thin. No tomatoes on my half. How can I convince Mom to let us eat here every night?
It's buffet your way at Pizza Ranch. Say it with me, kid.
I chose the NCC CNA course because I just really liked the instructors and the entire NCC community, how welcoming everybody is, and I was able to take it in high school and get it done before I started college.
The new facility here at NCC has been great. You've got every tool you can think of. You're never struggling to find something. Just the facility as a whole has been awesome. It makes the learning a lot more interesting and a lot more hands-on, and it's just been great.
You can't replace the peace of mind that comes with knowing your animal is in good hands. Central Veterinary Clinic has been serving Sioux Center and the surrounding area for over 60 years. With a staff of 11 veterinarians, you can be sure you're getting the right care when you need it. Whether it's your companion animal or a production animal operation, Central Veterinary is committed to staying up to date on the most current medical advances and knowledge to provide your animal with the best care. See what the professionals at Central Veterinary have to offer you at centralveterinaryclinic.com.
Rural customers deserve great internet too. This is Doug from EverTech. You deserve EverTech's no limits internet and the personal service that comes with it. We've dedicated 32 years to bringing customers like you reliable, unlimited internet. It's internet you can count on. Call or email our Everly office to get started. You and your family need internet with unlimited use, no contracts, and no overages. You need EverTech. Visit evertech.net to learn more. EverTech, internet where you live.
And welcome back to Unity Christian High School. We're about set for a tip-off, and I'll try to very quickly go through the starting lineups. First for Hinton, we'll see number 21, a senior, Ashlyn Reitzel. Number 33, a freshman, Bailey Bovey. Number 43, a senior, Natalie Junk. Number 45, a senior, Aubrey Lake. And number 53, a junior, Ashlyn Corvarna. And finally, for the Knights, we'll see a senior number 2, Cassidy Deckers, a senior number 4, Caitlin Zevenbergen, a sophomore number 10, Jaden Hoffmeyer, a senior number 11, Gracie Skonoven, and finally, to round out the lineup for the Knights will be a sophomore number 44, Courtney Hoffmeyer. And we're about ready for tip-off with Jaden Hoffmeyer going up against Ashton Kavarna. And Hinton wins that one, and we are underway. And Aubrey Lake has a right wing, gets it over. That's a jumper, no good. Rebound, put back, no good. As an early jumper by Reitzel can't get it to go. Here come the Knights back the other way. Here's Deckers with it, near the free third line. Tries to get in the paint to Hoffmeyer, back out. This is Zevenbergen for 3 left wing, no good. And fight for the rebound is taken by Deckers, and she can't get it to go. Rebound Hoffmeyer, and a scrum for it on the floor. It fought for, they're gonna call a jump ball. But that's possession arrow to Unity. And it will be Gracie Skonoven inbounding. Gets it into Zevenbergen. Over to Hoffmeyer. In the paint to Courtney Hoffmeyer. Here is Cassidy Deckers left wing. Back out to Jaden Hoffmeyer. And she pulls up jumper, rattles in and out, no good. And it's a rebound for Hinton. Here comes Aubrey Lake back the other way. Ball's tipped, but gets it to Natalie Junk in the paint. This is Bovey, the freshman. Tries to get in the paint, tipped away, saved, but it looks like Ashton Kavarna stepped out of bounds, and Unity Christian will take over. So a bit of a sloppy start to this one. We'll see if both teams can settle in here. Here's Jaden Hoffmeyer back over to Deckers. Gets over to Zevenberg and almost loses control. And it's actually taken away. No fight for it on the floor. Now it's taken away by Hinton. Here come the Blackhawks in transition. That's a layup that's up and good from Natalie Junk. And the Blackhawks strike first. It's 2-0. Zevenberg over to Deckers for three, right wing. Rattles in and out, no good. And rebound Hinton coming the other way. Here's Aubrey Lake, coast to coast. Stops, tries to get it back out. Here's Bovey. And contested shot is no good, but she was fouled. And it looks like they got Courtney Hoffmeyer. That's her first overall of the game. Here's Bailey Bovey. Her first free throw rattles in and good. Bovey top 5 in a lot of statistical categories. First in rebounds, first in steals as well in the conference. That one's too short, no good. Rebound Gracie Skonoven. Here's Deckers. Almost has it poked away. Back out to Skonoven, right wing. She'll take a three, no good. As that goes almost out of bounds. Good save and great effort by Bovey to keep that in bounds. Here's Bovey, that's no good, her floater. Rebound Hinton, that's no good as well. And here come the Knights back the other way. Here's Skonoven left wing. Kicks it over to Zevenberg and over to Hoffmeyer. Here's Deckers, long two, can't get it to go. And it's a rebound for Hinton. Packed house tonight. They're actually setting up bleachers to my left up in the upper deck over here. And here come the Knights the other way. Need something here, having trouble getting shots to fall. This is Skonoven, and a good drive to the rim. She gets a layup to go. Gracie Skonoven gets on the board. It's 3-2 in favor of Hinton. Here's Aubrey Lake in the paint. Shot blocked from behind by Skonoven. And here come the Knights back the other way. There's Courtney Hoffmeyer. Over to Zevenberg, and here's Jaden Hoffmeyer, right wing, over to Deckers. Back out, this is Zevenberg, and here's Skonoven. She'll take another three, no good. And gets her own rebound, drives in the lane, gets it into Hoffmeyer, her floater no good. Knights have gotten some good looks, just haven't been getting anything to fall here. But here comes Hinton back the other way. This is Bovey. Kicks it back out to Aubrey Lake. And here's Bovey again in the paint. And it looks like they're going to call a foul here. So another foul on Courtney Hoffmeyer as Zoe Dittman checks in. Hoffmeyer in early foul trouble. That's 2 already, 4:31 remaining first quarter. Aubrey Lake to inbound, gets it in. This is a fadeaway jumper that's no good from Ashton Kavarna. Rebound Gracie Skonoven up the court to Deckers. Her layup is up and good. Cassidy Deckers gives the Knights their first lead of the night. It's 4-3. There's Aubrey Lake with it, gets it in the paint to Bovey. And she tried to get it in to Kavarna, loses control of it. It looks like it's going to remain Hinton basketball. I don't think Coach Skydman liked the call. Here's Kavarna the inbound. Gets it into Cadence Peters. Over to Aubrey Lake. Lake crossover dribble, almost has it poked away. Back out, this is Kavarna. Her floater no good. Rebound Bovey, and looked like her shot was partially blocked, went out of bounds. It'll remain a Hinton basketball. Kavarna to inbound. Gets it into Lake. Under 4 to go, still 4-3 here in the first period. This is Cadence Peters, gets it in the paint to Bovey, guarded by Dittman. Looks like they got Dittman on the foul as Bovey tried to go up with it. Well, that's Dittman's first. That'll bring Bovey to the line again. Bovey 1 for 2 on free throws so far, and make that 2 for 3. Bovey coming in 64.9% free throw shooter. She's been at the line a lot coming in. Shot a free throw 74 times. Here come the Knights back the other way. This is Deckers. Over to Skonoven, pump fake. Drives in the lane, gets it in to Jaden Hoffmeyer. She's fouled. The Knights to inbound. Looks like it was Aubrey Lake guilty of that foul. Here's Skonoven with it. Over to Deckers. Tied at 4 here in the first period. Back out to Zevenbergen. Here's Skonoven again. Drives back out to Zevenbergen. Near baseline. Pull-up jumper. Too short. No good. And cross court up the court to Peters. She's fouled on the shot. And that was Zevenbergen's first foul. Team's fourth. First free throw from Peters on the way in, off the back iron, no good. Peters also fourth in the War Eagle in steals with 41. She had 4 steals back on Tuesday in their win over Sheldon. Here's the second free throw. Rattles in and out, no good. Rebound Zevenbergen. Here's Skonoven with it. Back over to Jaylee Woucher, who just checked in her 3 too short and almost gets her own rebound. And it's going to remain Unity basketball. Zevenbergen to inbound. Gets it into Deckers left wing. Back to Zevenbergen. Pump fake. Here's Deckers. Here's Dittman. Over to Wouchstra. In the paint to Dittman. Back out to Skonoven. Cross court to Deckers. Back in the paint to Zevenbergen. Her shot attempt is no good. Back up the court come the Blackhawks. This is Kurvarna. Pull-up jumper. Gets it to go. Ashen Kurvarna gives the Blackhawks the lead once again. And back and forth we go in the first period. Zevenbergen back out to Skonoven. Zevenbergen in the corner. In the paint. No, close to the paint. Here's Dittman over to Deckers. Her shot no good. Rebound Skonoven. She lays it up and in. Contestant shot from Gracie Skonoven. She gets it to go, and we're tied again at 6. There's Bovey back out. Here's Kurvarna again. This is Cadence Peters back out to Kurvarna. In the paint to Bovey, turnaround floater, no good. Here come the Knights the other way. This is Deckers. Back out to Zevenbergen. Here's Skonoven for 3, right wing, no good. Skonoven struggling from 3 so far in this one as Dittman checks out. Jaden Hoffmeyer checks in. Still tied at 6, a minute 42 remaining first period. As Cadence Peters brings it up the floor. And stolen away by Skonoven, and she has an easy layup to give the Knights an 8-6 lead. And it looks like Cadence Peters traveled there as she stopped her dribble. And the Knights will inbound after the Blackhawk turnover. Ella Popema checks in for the Knights. Courtney Hoffmeyer checks out. Here's Deckers with it. Over to Popema. This is Jaden Hoffmeyer in the paint to Skonoven. There's Wouchta for three. No good. No, take that back. Said no good a little too quick there, but here come the Blackhawks back the other way. Stolen away by Wouchta. Great pass up the court, but great effort by Jaylee Wouchta to poke it away. As we approach a minute to go, Blackhawks will inbound. Here's Gavarna with it in the corner. Back to Gavarna. Gavarna working on Skonoven, drives baseline, kicks it back out. And that's a good three by Natalie Junk. And they regain the lead. It's 9-8. And they're going to call a kick here. Nice to inbound on a back and forth first period. Here's Wouchta. Back out to Deckers. Here's Ella Popema left wing. Cross court over to Wouchta. Dangerous pass. Here's Hoffmeyer. Jumper. Gets it to go. Jaden Hoffmeyer puts the Knights back up 10-9. And a last attempt at a shot in the first period for the Blackhawks. Under 10 to go. Gavarna gets it in the paint. Back in the corner to Junk. Back to Gavarna. Her three from the left wing. No good. And we end the first period with Unity Christian leading 10-9. We'll take a quick timeout and get you the second period. You're watching Unity Christian basketball on Fuller Digital Solutions.
Unity Christian is proud to have these businesses as partners, helping to ensure the success of our students now and into the future.
And welcome back to Unity Christian High School. With the Knights leading 10-9 here in this one as we get going at the start of the second period. In a back and forth game, kind of like I expected. Both teams trading punches here. Between a Hinton team that's coming in at 9-2 and a Unity Christian team at 7-2. And the Blackhawks will start with it. This is Aubrey Lake, guarded well by Skonoven. This is Ashlyn Reitzel with it. Back over to Lake, in the corner to Natalie Junk. That's up and good. And that's Junk's second three. And it's 12-10 Hinton. There's Zevenbergen over to Popema by the free throw line to Skonoven. Here's Popema with it again over to Zevenbergen. Here's Jaden Hoffmeyer. Back out to Zevenbergen, tries to get into Skonoven. She finally takes control. And the baseline to Jaden Hoffmeyer, who gets it to go. Jaden Hoffmeyer, back-to-back buckets. It's 12-12. Here's Junk in the corner again. Over to Reitzel, back to Junk. In the paint to Bovey. Bovey back to Lake. And that layup's up and good from Avery Burgad. Just checked into the game. Skonoven threw it away, looking for Jaden Hoffmeyer. And it's a turnover for Skonoven with the Blackhawks up 14-12. There's Aubrey Lake. This is Reitzel with it now, back to Lake. Over to Gavarna, drives baseline, layup too strong. Rebound Bovey, and she gets her layup to go. Bailey Bovey has 4. And that's stolen away by Hinton as Aubrey Lake pulls up jumper, no good. Fight for the rebound taken by Reitzel. Back out to Lake again. Long two. That's good. Excuse me, that was a three from Aubrey Lake. So it's 19-12. Hinton leads. Knights with some work to do. Here's Skonoven. Back out to Woudstra. Here's Zevenbergen for three. Too short, no good. And a good effort to try to save it from Popham, but it'll be Hinton basketball. And Unity Christian wants a timeout. We'll take a timeout with them. You're watching Unity Christian basketball on Fuller.
I like living in the dorms at NCC because it's a short walk to class. We do get free perks on campus. We get free laundry, we get free cable, free internet, free utilities. I do feel like I'm getting college experience at NCC.
At NCC, we have EMT classes that cover many things: trauma emergency, medical emergencies, all the way to delivering a baby. There's just many more opportunities for EMS that allow you to grow not only as a person, but in your career as well.
And welcome back to Unity Christian High School. It is a Hinton Blackhawk lead, 19-12. As they've gone on a bit of a run here, outscoring the Knights 10-2 to start this second period, and the Knights have some work to do. Here's Aubrey Lake up the court for the Blackhawks. Gets it into Kavarna. Kavarna back out near the free throw line. Taken away by Skonoven. She'll bring it back up the court. She'll bring it all the way to the rim, but it looks like she was fouled. It looked like Kavarna tried to take a charge. And Skonoven will go to the line for two. And it looks like they'll send Skonoven off the court. Maybe some blood present. But 19-12 is the Hinton Blackhawk lead, and definitely expected some adversity here for the Knights. And they're dealing with it right now. As we knew this Hinton team, with all the talent that it has, was going to go on some runs every now and then. And they're doing that right now. But with this, the Knights kind of have a chance to relax a little bit, catch their breath. So it looks like the Blackhawks will go over to their coaches toward the bench as they work on Skonoven, and it looks like she's good to go. So Skonoven for two. Coming into tonight first in the War Eagle in points, as she is too strong on that one. And also first in assists with 48. Second free throw on the way, no good. And rebound Hinton coming back the other way. There's Aubrey Lake with it. Into Kavarna, back out to the top of the key. In the paint, this is Reitzel driving baseline, and it's stolen away by Skonoven. She'll bring it coast to coast, and she'll lay it up and in to chip away at that Hinton lead. Skonoven's got 8, it's 19-14. Lake gets it in the paint, back out. This is a three, that's good from Natalie Junk. And Junk's got 11 so far tonight. She's hit a couple of big threes. Here's Skonoven back out to Woudstra. She'll take a three, no good. And it's a rebound from Hinton, and they're going to call a foul on Cassidy Deckers. So the lead back out to 8. That's Deckers first. And Jaden Hoffmeyer will check out. Zoe Dittman checks in. Here come the Blackhawks up the court. This is Aubrey Lake. Back out to Reitzel. Here's Lake again with it. Tries to drive the lane, back out to Reitzel. Here's Kavarna, drives baseline. Stops, kicks it back out to Reitzel. Over to Lake. Pump fake, drives in the lane. Gets it over to Kavarna, who lays it up and in. It's a 10-point lead for Hinton. Had a good second period here. Here's Deckers with it. As she's fouled as she tries to dribble into the paint. And she will go to the line for 2. As they got Reitzel on that foul. That's her first. First free throw from Deckers. Off the front iron and good. Second free throw on the way, good. 2 much-needed free throws from Cassidy Deckers. She's got 4 on the night. It's 24-16. Aubrey Lake gets it into Bovey. Near baseline to Kavarna. Spins. She's fouled. Actually, they're going to call a travel before the shot, so no shot. And the Blackhawks will turn it over. We'll see if the Knights can gain some momentum here. There's Wouchstra left wing, back over to Deckers. This is Zevenbergen. Cross court back to Wouchstra. Here's Deckers again with it. Back to Wouchstra. Here's Skonoven left wing. Over to Dittman. She'll take a jumper, no good. Rebound Skonoven. She'll drive baseline. And her floater, no good, too short. And here come the Blackhawks, almost a backcourt violation. Kavarna over to Lake. 3:20 to go, first half. Here's Lake again. Kicks it over, and stoppage of play here, and it looks like we want a timeout. Hinton wants a timeout. We'll take another quick break. You're watching Unity Christian Basketball on Fuller.
Unity Christian is proud to have these businesses as partners, helping to ensure the success of our students now and into the future.
And welcome back to Unity Christian High School. Hinton out to an early lead in this one, 24-16. 3:15 remaining, second period. And Aubrey Lake with it, kicks it over to, that was Natalie Junk, and get it over left wing to Cadence Peters. In the paint to Kavarna, her contested layup, no good. Rebound, putback is good from Bailey Bovey. Bovey has 6, it's back to a 10-point lead. Here's Zevenbergen, over to Wouchstra. Back over to Zevenbergen. There's Jaden Hoffmeyer, back cross court to Wouchstra. In the paint to Skonoven, and she tried to get a baseline to Hoffmeyer, tipped away. Out of bounds, and it will be Unity basketball. Avery Burgard checks in for the Blackhawks and sends Kavarna out. There's Deckers with it, drives, floater, good, off the glass. Deckers has 6, it's back to an 8-point deficit. And that's taken away, no, taken back by Aubrey Junk. Excuse me, Natalie Junk. Here's Lake, that's poked away by Hoffmeyer. As Courtney Hoffmeyer checks in. Hinton to inbound. And stoppage of play. It looks like they're going to get a 5-second violation. Great defense by Unity Christian. And they'll take over. A couple substitutions in here. Bovey checks out, Kavarna checks in. Lake checks out, and Kyra Peters checks in. So here come the Knights. This is Deckers over to Zevenbergen. There's Woucher with it. Back to Zevenbergen, and that's taken away by Kervarna. Kervarna working on Skonoven. Natalie Junk. Puts it over. This is Cadence Peters with it. Back over to Junk. In the corner, fight for it, and they're going to call a jump ball, and Unity Christian will take over. Here's Zevenbergen looking for some momentum into halftime. Gets it into Skonoven. In the baseline to Deckers. Her floater up and good. Cassidy Deckers with 8 first-half points so far. It's a 2-possession game. 26-20 Blackhawks. And here's a 3 from Junk. No good. And rebound by Kervarna. Blocked from behind by Skonoven. And she'll take it back up the court as we approach a minute to go first half. This is Woucher for 3. Good! Jaylee Woucher, her first points of the night, comes at a great time. It's back to a 3-point deficit. Here's Cadence Peters with it. There's Kyra Peters in the paint. This is Kervarna, layup good. Just when he thought the Knights were capturing the momentum, there come the Blackhawks back the other way. This is Wouchstra approaching 30 to go here, first half, 30 seconds to go. Here's Wouchstra, thought about a 3, gets it into Deckers. Deckers back to Wouchstra, cross court to Zevenbergen, back to Wouchstra. She'll take a 3 left wing, good! Back-to-back 3s for Jaylee Wouchstra. It's a 2-point deficit. That got the crowd going. That's a pass out of bounds, and Unity Christian will take over as Jaden Hoffmeyer checks in, as well as Mia Skeideman, the freshman. Skeideman over to Wouchstra in the paint to Skonoven. Back to Skeideman. Wouchstra into Deckers. She'll take a jumper. Good, it's tied. Cassidy Deckers with 10, and that last second shot was waved off anyway, but we're tied at 28 going into halftime in a back and forth battle. The Knights overcome a 10-point deficit. And I'll take a break and we'll get you a halftime recap. You're watching Unity Christian Basketball on Fuller Digital.
All the best sports shows, all the best games on 101.5 FM and 1570 AM for your college sports, University of South Dakota. For NHL coverage, Minnesota Wild. For NBA coverage, Minnesota Timberwolves. For MLB coverage, Chicago Cubs. And the best games in both college and the pros with the ESPN Radio featured games. Never miss out on the action.
As a bank that cares about supporting small businesses, American State Bank assisted hundreds of young entrepreneurs launch their first business. Starting a business can be complicated, even when it's just a lemonade stand. It's never too early to begin thinking towards your next project, and we'll be here to help make it go as smoothly as possible. Supporting entrepreneurs, no matter their age, it's what we do.
You can't replace the peace of mind that comes with knowing your animal is in good hands. Central Veterinary Clinic has been serving Sioux Center and the surrounding area for over 60 years. With a staff of 11 veterinarians, you can be sure you're getting the right care when you need it. Whether it's your companion animal or a production animal operation, Central Veterinary is committed to staying up to date on the most current medical advances and knowledge to provide your animal with the best care. See what the professionals at Central Veterinary have to offer you at centralveterinaryclinic.com.
Rural customers deserve great internet too. This is Doug from EverTech. You deserve EverTech's no limits internet and the personal service that comes with it. We've dedicated 32 years to bringing customers like you reliable, unlimited internet. It's internet you can count on. Call or email our Everly office to get started. You and your family need internet with unlimited use, no contracts, and no overages. You need EverTech. Visit evertech.net to learn more. EverTech, internet where you live.
And welcome back to Unity Christian High School. It's been an exciting first half with the score tied at 28 at the intermission. It was Unity up 10-9 after the first period. A bit of a slow start, but it heated up here as we got into the second period. And a furious comeback by the Knights as well, as they were down by 10 a couple different times. But they come back and tie it up at 28, and I'll go through a few of the stats so far here in this one. Again, these stats not official, but Bailey Bovey so far has 6. Avery Burgard has 2 for the Blackhawks. Natalie Junk leads the way so far with 11. Like I said, she hit a couple of pretty big threes in the corner. It looks like that's the spot they like to get her to, especially that left corner. Looks like she's pretty comfortable there. Aubrey Lake has 3, and Ashlyn Kravarna has 7 so far. And for the Knights, Cassidy Deckers has 10. Jaden Hoffmeyer has 4. Gracie Skonoven has 8. Jaylee Wauscher hit a couple of huge threes from the left wing, and that's what really helped lead this comeback effort in the first half. She has 6 on those 2 threes. That actually wraps up the scoring as I have it for the first half for both teams. And what was an entertaining first half, and exactly like I expected, a 9-2 Hinton Blackhawk team playing against a 7-2 Unity Christian team. And both teams with their own standout players, Hinton with Bailey Bovey, and then obviously Unity Christian with Gracie Skonoven. And it really seems like we're seeing a heavyweight bout here with 2 of the conference best. And I'm definitely excited to see how this game ends. And I'm excited to call the finish of this one between Unity Christian and Hinton. So I'll take another quick break, and I should get us pretty close to tip-off of the second half. You're watching Unity Christian basketball on Fuller Digital Solutions. And I think, yes, I will go ahead and take a break. You're watching Unity Christian basketball.
Pizza Ranch serves buffet your way.
Don't you mean my way, Mr. Voiceover Guy?
Sure, anyone's way, actually. Request your favorite pizza. We'll make it, bake it, and give you the first slice.
I can add peppers to pepperoni, Stampede on stuffed crust, maybe Texan taco on thin. No tomatoes on my half. How can I convince Mom to let us eat here every night?
It's buffet your way at Pizza Ranch. Say it with me, kid.
I chose the NCCCNA course because I just really liked the instructors and the entire NCC community, how welcoming everybody is. And I was able to take it in high school and get it done before I started college.
The new facility here at NCC has been great. You've got every tool you can think of. You're never struggling to find something. Just the facility as a whole has been awesome. It makes the learning a lot more interesting and a lot more hands-on, and it's just been great.
Since 1998, Ground Effects in Sioux Center has been Northwest Iowa's premier landscaping and garden center, providing a full variety of trees, shrubs, perennials, and annuals. Visit scgroundeffects.com and use their Plant Finder tool to help you find the perfect plant for your home. Ground Effects also has a full staff of experts and designers to turn your landscaping dreams into a reality. Come see what Ground Effects in Sioux Center has to offer. Christian is proud to have these businesses as partners, helping to ensure the success of our students now and into the future.
When each new day begins, we're here. When you want new technology that's tested and proven, we're here. When you need a sounding board or just a good story, we're here. For an ally whose local roots run as deep as yours, or to make next year the best year yet, we'll be where we've been all along, with you from the word go.
And welcome back to Unity Christian High School. About 3 minutes before we start the second half, and I'll just give a little bit of analysis of some observations I had from the first half. A lot like the boys game from last night, there's really not one particular player that stood out and really carried each team. It's been a team effort really on both sides. I mentioned for Hinton, team leader in points is Natalie Junk, but the player I mentioned earlier in the pregame, Bailey Bovey, I mean, she's had a decent first half, but she has 6. It's been other players that have stepped up. And also Ashley Gavarna, the returning honorable mention on conference selection from last season. She has 7. And Avery Burgard has 2 as well. So it's been a few different people, not necessarily one person as you might see with teams that have this one standout player, which is, I think, good for both teams as they look to try to make a playoff push. And if we look at the night stats, for example, too, Skonhoven doesn't lead the team in points at the moment. She has 8. Deckers leads with 10. Washer had a couple big threes, and she has 6. And Jaden Hoffmeyer has 4 as well. So it's been great contributions from multiple people, and it's been great team defense, great team offense, great ball movement I've seen from both teams as well, and that's contributed to a really entertaining game, a really exciting game, and a very high-level game between 2 of the conference's best, and one can argue maybe a couple of the state's best in their respective classes. So we got about a minute and a half before we start the second half, and I'll take another quick break. You're watching Unity Christian Basketball on Fuller Digital.
Notaboom Electric and Refrigeration has always operated under strong values aimed at exceeding client needs. The relationship with their clients begins on the first day of contact and only ends once you are fully satisfied with the work. When you hire Notaboom Electric, you can count on them for the results you want and need. They offer a number of services for residential and commercial facilities to schools and churches. Discover the advantage of working with Notaboom Electric and Refrigeration in Orange City today. Wishing good luck to the Knights.
Welcome back to Unity Christian High School. Under 10 seconds before we start the beginning of the third period, and we're gearing up for an exciting finish. Great atmosphere here in the gym as well. I mentioned earlier in the broadcast that they've had to set up seating up here where the broadcaster sits, so I got a bunch of kids running around near me. So if I'm distracted, that's why, but it's all part of the broadcast again, I guess. So tied at 28 here in the third period. It will be Hinton basketball to start. And here is Aubrey Lake with it. Lake gets it over to Reitzel. Back to Lake. Dribbling around the perimeter. Guarded well by Skonhoven. Almost poked away. And dribbles and bounce pass over to Reitzel. Here's Lake again. Pump fake, this is Kavarna. Kavarna drives baseline, gets her layup to go. Ashlyn Kavarna has 9. It's 30-28, Hinton leads. Deckers over to Zevenbergen. In the paint to Skonoven. Back over to Jaden Hoffmeyer. Her jumper no good. Rebound. Hinton coming back the other way. In the paint, this is Bovee, and her floater up and good off the glass. So a quick 4-point run to start the second half. It's 32-28. Courtney Hoffmeyer over to Skonoven. Thought about she'll take the jumper. That rattles in and out, no good. And rebound Hinton. And that bounces off of Skonoven, and it'll be Hinton basketball. Bit of a cold start shooting so far for the Knights. We'll see if they can respond with a good defensive possession here. Here's Reitzel. This is Lake with it again. Back cross court to Junk. She'll take a 3 left wing. Rattles it out, no good. On the fight for the rebound, a foul called on Bovee. She stayed out of foul trouble, but that's her first. Zevenbergen over to Courtney Hoffmeyer in the paint. This is Decker. She'll get it over to Jaden Hoffmeyer near baseline. In the paint to Skonoven. She'll turn around, jumper off to the left, no good. And a rebound for Hinton. Here come the Blackhawks the other way. This is Junk over to Lake, and Lake traveled. So Deckers to inbound. Over to Zevenbergen. Zevenbergen kicks over to Jaden Hoffmeyer. Back cross court to Deckers. Zevenbergen into Skonoven. Back to Deckers. Over to Courtney Hoffmeyer. Here's Zevenbergen in the paint to Skonoven. Back out to Courtney Hoffmeyer. She'll take a jumper too short, no good. And it looks like they called a foul on Gracie Skonoven. That's her first. As Jaylee Woudstra checks in for Courtney Hoffmeyer. There's Aubrey Lake. Over to Junk, back to Lake. Lake tries to get it in, but it's tipped away. Hinton retains possession. Lake over to Reitzel, in the paint to Kavarna. Near the baseline, she's fouled, and she'll go to the line for 2. Kavarna has 9 tonight. Her first free throw off, actually, I thought it was going to be too long off the back iron, but she gets a good bounce to get it to go. Kavarna top 3 in a bunch of statistical categories. It's her second free throw too long. Rebound fought for and taken by Hinton, and that putback no good from Bailey Bovee. Here's Skonoven, and it looks like she was fouled. So it looks like they got Aubrey Lake. That's her second. Woudstra over to Deckers. Back to Woudstra. She has 2 threes tonight. This is Deckers. Cross court. There's Woudstra with it again. Back in the corner to Deckers. Back to Woudstra. In the paint to Skonoven. Back into Dittman. She'll drive baseline. Her layup up and good. Zoe Dittman gets on the board. It's 33-30. Huge basket there for Dittman. Here's Kavarna, drives baseline on it. Dittman, her layup up and good. Ashlyn Kavarna has 11. It's 35-30. This is Zevenbergen. Over to Dittman. She'll dribble baseline. And it looks like she stepped out of bounds. And Hinton will take over. There's Aubrey Lake with it now, over to Junk. In the paint to Kavarna, and they're going to stop play, and Kavarna traveled. So the Knights take over. Let's see if they can get it going here offensively. This is Deckers. Back out to Skonoven. Over to Woudstra. Here's Zevenbergen. Back to Deckers. She'll take a jumper. No good. And a foul on the rebound, and Hinton will take over. So that's Skonoven's second foul. Team has 3 already. There's Aubrey Lake. Almost taken away by Skonoven. Gets over to right, so she'll take a 3 left wing. Rattles it and out, no good. Unlucky bounce, but Skonoven will take away that rebound. She'll bring it coast to coast. Spin move, good move in the post, and she finishes. Great job by Skonoven. And it's a 3-point game again. Is Reitzel near the corner, back to Lake. Here's Junk with it. Back over to Lake. Lake drives, gets it into Kavarna, who lays it up and in. Kavarna heating up here in the second half. She's got 13 on the game. It's back to a 5-point deficit for the Knights. Woudstra over to Zevenbergen. In the paint to Skonoven. Her floater good, and the foul. Skonoven will try to complete the old-fashioned 3-point play here. She's got 12, looking for 13 as they got Kavarna on that foul. That's her second. And the free throw on the way gets it to go. Skonoven's got 13. 37-35 is the Unity Christian deficit. Bovey over to Junk for 3. Good. Natalie Junk has 14. That's her third 3 of the game. There's Woudstra for 3. Good! Jaylee Woudstra matches the 3 from Junk. And it's back to a 2-point deficit. Woudra's got 3 threes of her own. Taken away by Skonoven. See if she can finish at the rim. And she will. And it's a tie game again. And once again, back and forth we go. Here's Bovey. Fight for it. And it's a jump ball possession arrow to Unity Christian. Smart play by Skonoven to get possession. And it looks like Hinton wants a timeout. Tied at 40. We'll take a timeout with them. You're watching Unity Christian basketball on Fuller Digital Solutions.
Notaboom Electric and Refrigeration has always operated under strong values aimed at exceeding client needs. The relationship with their clients begins on the first day of contact and only ends once you are fully satisfied with the work. When you hire Notaboom Electric, you can count on them for the results you want and need. They offer a number of services for residential and commercial facilities to schools and churches. Discover the advantage of working with Notaboom Electric and Refrigeration in Orange City today. Wishing good luck to the Knights.
And welcome back to Unity Christian High School. Tight ball game in this one. It's tied at 40, 2:14 remaining here in the third period between Unity Christian and Hinton. Once again, Unity found themselves down early here in the second half and again fought their way back to tie it up. They were down by as many as 10 in the first half and tied it up right before halftime. And just a couple of talented teams going back and forth. As we're ready to resume play, Unity Christian will have it. And it'll be Mia Skeideman bringing it up the court for the Knights. Here's Woudstra, near left wing, back to Skeideman. Skeideman over to Deckers. Cross court over to Woudstra, back to Skeideman. In the paint to Skonoven, back to Deckers. She'll drive baseline. She's blocked by Bovey. And Hinton will bring it back the other way. Here's Lake. She'll drive near baseline, kick it out. And a stoppage of play here. Believe they got a foul. Yes, they got a foul on Zoe Dittman. Her second, team's fourth. Here's Bovey with it. And turnaround jumper, no good. Gets her own rebound, a fight for it. And a jump ball called. It'll remain Hinton basketball. Here's Carvana for three, good. Ashley Carvana has 16. They retake the lead, 43-40. Skonoven over to Dittman. Dittman drives, kicks it over to Woudstra. Over to Skeideman, here's Skonoven. Cross court, this is Deckers with it. Skeideman from the free throw line, no good. Rebound, fought for, taken by Hinton. As Aubrey Lake brings it back the other way. This is Junk over to Lake, back to Natalie Junk, into Carvana near baseline. Tried to get a charge, didn't get it, and fight for that pass taken by Hinton. This is Lake, in it to Bovey, back out to Junk. Her three left wing gets it to go. Natalie Junk was 17, and it's a 6-point lead again for Hinton. There's Mia Skeideman over to Dittman. She'll take a three left wing too long and rebounds Skonoven. And she's fouled hard as she tried to drive near baseline. But the Knights will inbound. Couple substitutions. Stevenbergen checks in, Dittman checks out. Looks like Jaden Hoffmeyer checked in as well for Deckers. Skeideman to inbound. Looking for somewhere, gets into Zevenbergen. Her floater to the left, no good. And Hinton gets the rebound. Shot clock turned off. Hinton leads 46-40. This is Junk with it. Back to Carvana. Back to Junk near left wing. Over to Cadence Peters. Back over to Carvana. There's Junk again, back to Peters. Peters taken away, and that's a last-second shot, no good by Carvana. And we go into the fourth period with Unity Christian down 46-40. We'll take a break. You're watching Unity Christian basketball on Fuller.
The instructors here are really nice. The way they teach here is different than a few other colleges as well. We have outside cars, so not just a bunch of trainer cars that everybody works on and you kind of know what's wrong with them already. So we have to go through the full steps of diagnostics and find out what the problem is, and then we fix it.
The heavy equipment program here at NCC is unique in that we actually go out and do real-world jobs. Students get hands-on time with the equipment. We cover the maintenance as well as the operation of the equipment, and then we go into the estimating side of things.
And welcome back to Unity Christian High School, about set for the start of the fourth period with Hinton leading 46-40. Couple players have heated up for the Blackhawks so far. Natalie Junk has 17, Ashley Gabarna has 16. And the Knights just have had a hard time stopping this high-powered Blackhawk offense. But the Knights have clawed their way back from deficits already in this game. We'll see if they can do it again. Here's Deckers with it. Over to Zevenbergen. Here's Courtney Hoffmeyer back to Zevenbergen. In the paint to Skonoven. That's almost taken away. Looked like it was off the foot of Kyra Peters. Zevenbergen to inbound. Over to Deckers. And here's Zevenbergen with it. Over to Woudstra. Zevenbergen. So Deckers, she pump fake over to Zevenbergen. Here's Woudstra with it. Pump fake, step back, thought about a three, gets it to Zevenbergen. Back to Woudstra, she'll take a three this time. Good! Jaylee Woudstra, her fourth three of the game. It's 46-43. There's Cadence Peters over to Natalie Junk, back to Peters. There's Junk again with it, into Kervarna near baseline. This is where she's thrived, and she traveled before she got the shot up. So it looks like Ashton Reintzel checks in for the Blackhawks, as well as, I believe, Aubrey Lake. See if the Knights can tie it up again. This is Woudstra. Over to Zevenbergen. Back to Woudstra. Zevenbergen again. There's Deckers with it. Here's Skonova. Pump fake. Drives the lane. Layup. No good. Off the glass. As Skonova took a tumble on the floor. But here comes Hinton the other way. Reintzel over to Lake. Lake guarded by Skonova. And this is Lake again. Back over to Junk. 6:30 remaining. This is Bovey with it. And that's taken away by Zevenbergen. Unity's got numbers. Gets it to Skonova, who lays it up and in. Gracie Skonova has 17 of her own. It's 46-45. It's Natalie Junk over to Lake. Back over to Reintzel, left wing. Lake again. Cross court to Junk, who takes a 3-2 short, no good. And Hinton with it again. This is Reintzel over to Lake. She drives, and that's off a foot. Looks like it was off of Decker's foot. Hinton to inbound, 29 left on the shot clock. Gets it into Bovey. Bovey working on a Hoffmeyer. Her turnaround floater no good. Rebound blocked by Skonoven, and she's got it, and she gets it over to Hoffmeyer. Here come the Knights back the other way. There's Woudstra into Zevenbergen. Cross court to Woudstra. Here's Hoffmeyer. Back to Woudstra. This is Zevenbergen. Over to Deckers. Pump fake. Kicks it back out to Skonoven. There's Zevenbergen left wing. Thought about a three. Here's Woudstra for three. No good. And that's a hard fall to the floor and a foul. Looks like Jaylee Woudstra is human. But it will be Hinton inbounding. It looks like they got Deckers on that foul. That's her second. Good crossover by Lake. This is Junk. And it gets it into Bovey. She falls to the floor, and they're going to call a foul. Foul on Gracie Skonoven. That's her third, so watch out for that. Here's Lake with it. Back over to, that's a three by Kervarna. That was no good. Foul on the rebound. It'll be Unity Christian basketball. And they got Bovey on that. That's her second. Hinton's fifth. And the Knights have 6 fouls here in the second half. 5 minutes to go. Hinton has a 1-point lead. Here's Woudstra over to Zevenbergen. Back over to Deckers. Here's Zevenbergen for three. Good! Caitlin Zevenbergen's first points of the night come at a crucial time. They lead 48-46. Hinton wants a timeout. We'll take a timeout with them. You're watching Unity Christian basketball on Fuller Digital.
Unity Christian is proud to have these businesses as partners, helping to ensure the success of our students now and into the future.
And welcome back to Unity Christian High School and an exciting game here in Orange City as the Knights are ahead at the moment in this back and forth battle. They lead 48-46. Student section getting loud. It's been a loud gym all night. Here come the Blackhawks up the court. Lake over to Reitzel. Here's Lake with it again. Cross court over to Junk. She'll take a three left wing. Rattles in and out, no good. Couldn't get the bounce, and it's Deckers with it. And that's taken away by Aubrey Lake. She'll go coast to coast. Her layup, no good, but there is a foul. So Lake goes to the line for two. It looks like Decker's guilty of that foul. And Lake coming in, a 66% free throw shooter. She's 12 for 18, make that 13 for 19. Second free throw on the way, too long. Fight for the rebound, out on Hinton. So the Knights still nursing a 1-point lead. It's 48-47. Here comes Woucher over to Deckers, left wing. Thought about a three. There's Woucher. Cross court over to Jaden Hoffmeyer. No shot, no nothing, and they're going. They didn't quite see what the call was. Looks like a foul. A foul on Ashlyn Kavarna. That's her third, team sixth. Here's Deckers in the paint to Skonov, and another foul. Another foul in the paint, and that'll bring the Knights to the free throw line. Looks like this time they got Bailey Bovey. So Skonov for a 1-and-1. First free throw, good. 49-47, and Skonov has 18. Back end of the 1-and-one's good. It's 50-47. No lead has been comfortable in this game as we approach 4 minutes to go here in the fourth period. We'll see what kind of answer the Blackhawks have here. Aubrey Lake. Lake gets it into Bovey. Her floater blocked. Gets her own rebound. And she was trapped in there. Gets it to Kavarna, who couldn't get the layup to go, but she's fouled. Couldn't get her floater to go. Kavarna's got 16. They got Deckers. That's Deckers' fourth. First free throw on the way and too long. Kavarna, not the greatest at free throws. She was 16 for 33 coming in. 48.5% clip. Second free throw, too long. Again, no good. And rebound, Unity Christian. This is Zevenbergen. Over to Woudstra. Woudstra gets it over to Jaden Hoffmeyer into Skonoven. She pumps, drives, gets it over to Jaden Hoffmeyer. Back to Woudstra. This is Deckers with it. Deckers drives near baseline. Her layup up and good. Cassidy Deckers has 12. They're going to stop play here for a second. Zoe Dittman subs in for Deckers. Here come the Blackhawks, down 2 possessions. Here's Lake with it. Over to Junk, back to Lake. Lake crossover dribble. Almost taken away from Reitzel. Reitzel gets it in the paint to Kavarna, who lays it up and in. Ashlyn Kavarna has 18. And a timeout called on the court. It's a 3-point lead for the Knights. We'll take another quick break. You're watching Unity Christian Basketball on Fuller Digital Solutions. Welcome back to Unity Christian High School. 52-49 is your score. Unity Christian leads, and another exciting game here in Orange City with the boys game with Galen Catholic going down to the wire last night. And a packed house in here to watch the end of this one, and then watch the boys take on the Blackhawks after this. But here we go after the timeout. Knights have the ball. There's Deckers with it, back over to Zevenbergen. Zevenbergen gets it into Skodoven. Skodoven gets it in the paint to Jaden Hoffmeyer, who lays it up and in. Hoffmeyer has 6. It's back to a 5-point lead here for the Knights. Here's Lake. Gets it in to Oscarvana, back to Aubrey Lake. Her jumper no good. Fight for the rebound. And they're going to call a jump ball. Possession arrow Hinton. So Kavarna to inbound. Gets it into Reitzel. Reitzel dribbles, gets it over to Lake. Lake pump fake, gets it into Bovey. Her floater good, and the foul. Bailey Bovey will go to the line. She has 10 tonight. Make that 11. It's a 2-point game. Approaching 2 minutes to go here in this one. Here's Zevenbergen. And that's taken away by Aubrey Lake. Into Reitzel, who brings it back out to Lake. There's a 3 from Kavarna, too long, and rebound Unity Christian. And a fight for it, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be Unity Christian basketball. It looks like they did call a foul, so the Knights will go to the free throw line. So Zevenbergen at the line, 1-1. Front end of it is no good, and rebound Hinton. 2 minutes to go. Knights lead 54-52. Here's Aubrey Lake. Lake loses control, fight for it on the floor, gets it back. Here's Reitzel. Back to Lake. Here's Junk with it, back to Lake. Lake drives in the paint, tries to kick it back out, taken by Jaylee Woustra. And Woustra trapped in the corner, and Unity Christian wants a timeout. We'll take another quick timeout with them. You're watching Unity Christian Basketball on Fuller Digital Solutions.
All the best sports shows, all the best games on 101.5 FM and 1570 AM for your college sports, University of South Dakota. For NHL coverage, Minnesota Wild. For NBA coverage, Minnesota Timberwolves. For MLB coverage, Chicago Cubs. And the best games in both college and the pros with the ESPN Radio featured games. Never miss out on the action.
And welcome back to Unity Christian High School here in Orange City. Hinton leads 54-52, a minute 37 remaining. Unity Christian will have it. It's been an exciting game, and we've had a really a couple stand-up performances. Skonoven has 19, but for Hinton, Natalie Junk has 17, and Ashley Gavarna has 18. But it'll be the Knights to inbound. So here's Zevenbergen to inbound. Gets it into Deckers. Deckers over to Zevenbergen. Zevenbergen hands it off to Woudstra. Over to Skonoven left wing. Almost has it pokes away. Hands it off to Deckers. Here's Zevenbergen for three left wing. Good! Caitlin Zevenbergen with her second three of the night. It's a 5-point lead approaching a minute. Here's Reitzel taken away by Skonoven. She'll take it coast to coast. Her layup good. Skonoven's got 21. It's a 7-point lead. Here's Lake with it. Dribbles to the free throw line. Back to Reitzel. Her three left wing. No good. Actually, take that back. Got a great bounce, and it's back to a 4-point game. Did not think that three was going to go, but Ashlyn Reitzel with her first points of the game gets us to a 59-55 game. We'll take another quick break. You're watching Unity Christian Basketball on Fuller.
You can't replace the peace of mind that comes with knowing your animal is in good hands. Central Veterinary Clinic has been serving Sioux Center and the surrounding area for over 60 years. With a staff of 11 veterinarians, you can be sure you're getting the right care when you need it. Whether it's your companion animal or a production animal operation, Central Veterinary is committed to staying up to date on the most current medical advances and knowledge to provide your animal with the best care. See what the professionals at Central Veterinary have to offer you at centralveterinaryclinic.com.
Welcome back to Unity Christian High School. The Knights have a 4-point lead, 50 and a half seconds left to go here, fourth period. And we're just getting out of a timeout here. The Blackhawks just hit a three as the Unity Christian crowd getting loud. Probably the most packed house I've seen here at this gym this season so far. Here's Deckers with it. Back over to Zevenbergen. Back to Deckers, gets it into Woudstra. Woudstra pump fake, gets it into Skonoven. Here's Jaden Hoffmeyer, her shot blocked from behind. Rebound Bovey. Here come the Blackhawks, need to score quick. This is Reitzel. Over to, oh, it's a travel. Travel on Ashlyn Kavarna. With 32.8 to go. Nice to inbound. Here's Deckers. And they fouled Deckers. Deckers will go to the line. I believe, yes, for a 1-and-1. 29.7 to go. Here's the first of the 1-and-1. Good, gets a great bounce. Gets a great roll at 60-55. Deckers has 13. Second free throw on the way, no good. And Hinton has the rebound. Here's Lake. 25 to go, back out to Reitzel. Cross court over to Junk. Junk taken away by Skonoven, fight for it on the floor, and it's Woudstra with it. She'll go to the rim, and she's fouled by Natalie Junk. That's Junk's first, that's the team's 10th. So Woudstra at the line for two. First free throw, too long. Woudstra has 12 tonight on 4 threes. Second free throw from Woudstra, no good. Rebound, Jaden Hoffmeyer, layup, no good. Rebound, Skonoven, layup gets it to go. Gracie Skonoven has 23. It's a 7-point lead, and that will about do it as Bovey can't do anything, and it's a huge win for Unity Christian as they fought back multiple times. Finally took a big lead in the fourth quarter. Crowd's loving it. We're all loving it, and the Knights improved to 8-2 on the season, and a statement win here against the Hinton Blackhawks. Take another quick break and give a quick recap, then we'll start thinking about the boys' game. You're watching Unity Christian basketball on Fuller Digital Solutions.
Rural customers deserve great internet too. You deserve EverTech's No Limits Internet and the quality local services that comes with it. We've dedicated 32 years to bring customers like you reliable and unlimited internet, up to 50 megabits across 22 counties. It's internet you can count on. Call or email our Everly office to get started. You and your family need internet with unlimited use, no contracts, and no overages. You need EverTech. Visit evertech.net to learn more. EverTech, internet where you live.
Welcome back to Unity Christian High School. The girls team just won 62-55 as the boys take the court as I speak. I'll talk a little bit about the girls game, then we'll move on to the boys game. And it was a slugfest, a back and forth battle. I'll go through stats from both teams. First for the Blackhawks. Ashton Reintzel had 3, Bailey Bovey had 11, which is pretty on the low end for her. Avery Burgard checked in and had 2. Natalie Junk had 17. Aubrey Lake had 3, and then Ashley Gavarna had 18. And they had double-digit leads multiple times to the Blackhawks, but it was no quit for the Knights. They overcome multiple deficits and find a way to a 7-point win. Here are your final numbers for the Knights. Cassie Deckers had a good game. She had 13. Caitlin Zevenbergen had a couple huge threes. She had 6. Jaden Hoffmeyer had 6. Gracie Skonoven had 23. Jaylee Woudstra, I believe, went 4 for 5 on threes. She had 12, and she was great from beyond the arc tonight. And then Zoe Dittman went off the bench, played well, and got a bucket herself. She had 2 points. And an entertaining game, back and forth game against 2 really good teams. Both teams, I think, have a good chance of making a deep run in the playoffs as well. But that'll about wrap it up for the girls' game. I'll take a break, and I'll give you some information on the boys' game. You're watching Unity Christian Basketball on Fuller Digital Solutions.
You can't replace the peace of mind that comes with knowing your animal is in good hands. Central Veterinary Clinic has been serving Sioux Center and the surrounding area for over 60 years. With a staff of 11 veterinarians, you can be sure you're getting the right care when you need it. Whether it's your companion animal or a production animal operation, Central Veterinary is committed to staying up to date on the most current medical advances and knowledge to provide your animal with the best care. See what the professionals at Central Veterinary have to offer you at centralveterinaryclinic.com.
Rural customers deserve great internet too. This is Doug from EverTech. You deserve EverTech's No Limits Internet and the personal service that comes with it. We've dedicated 32 years to bringing customers like you reliable, unlimited internet. It's internet you can count on. Call or email our Everly office to get started. You and your family need internet with unlimited use, no contracts, and no overages. You need EverTech. Visit evertech.net to learn more. EverTech, internet where you live.
Unity Christian is proud to have these businesses as partners, helping to ensure the success of our students now and into the future.
Pizza Ranch serves buffet your way.
Don't you mean my way, Mr. Voiceover Guy?
Sure, anyone's way, actually. Request your favorite pizza. We'll make it, bake it, and give you the first slice.
I can add peppers to pepperoni, stampede on stuffed crust, maybe Texan taco on thin. No tomatoes on my half. How can I convince Mom to let us eat here every night?
It's buffet your way at Pizza Ranch. Say it with me, kid.
I chose the NCCCNA course because I just really liked the instructors and the entire NCC community, how welcoming everybody is, and I was able to take it in high school and get it done before I started college.
The new facility here at NCC has been great. You've got every tool you can think of. You're never struggling to find something. Just the facility as a whole has been awesome. It makes the learning a lot more interesting and a lot more hands-on, and it's just been great.
As a bank that cares about supporting small businesses, American State Bank assisted hundreds of young entrepreneurs launch their first business. Starting a business can be complicated, even when it's just a lemonade stand. It's never too early to begin thinking towards your next project, and we'll be here to help make it go as smoothly as possible. Supporting entrepreneurs, no matter their age, it's what we do.
You can't replace the peace of mind that comes with knowing your animal is in good hands. Central Veterinary Clinic has been serving Sioux Center and the surrounding area for over 60 years. With a staff of 11 veterinarians, you can be sure you're getting the right care when you need it. Whether it's your companion animal or a production animal operation, Central Veterinary is committed to staying up to date on the most current medical advances and knowledge to provide your animal with the best care. See what the professionals at Central Veterinary have to offer you at centralveterinaryclinic.com.
Customers deserve great internet too. This is Doug from EverTech. You deserve EverTech's no limits internet and the personal service that comes with it. We've dedicated 32 years to bringing customers like you reliable, unlimited internet. It's internet you can count on. Call or email our Everly office to get started. You and your family need internet with unlimited use, no contracts, and no overages. You need EverTech. Visit evertech.net to learn more. EverTech, internet where you live.
Rural customers deserve great internet too. You deserve EverTech's no limits internet and the quality local services that comes with it. We've dedicated 32 years to bring customers like you reliable and unlimited internet, up to 50 megabits across 22 counties. It's internet you can count on. Call or email our Everly office to get started. You and your family need internet with unlimited use, no contracts, and no overages. You need EverTech. Visit evertech.net to learn more. EverTech, internet where you live.
Since 1998, Ground Effects in Sioux Center has been Northwest Iowa's premier landscaping and garden center, providing a full variety of trees, shrubs, perennials, and annuals. Visit scgroundeffects.com and use their plant finder tool to help you find the perfect plant for your home. Ground Effects also has a full staff of experts and designers to turn your landscaping dreams into a reality. Come see what Ground Effects in Sioux Center has to offer.
Welcome back to Unity Christian High School here in Orange City. And I'll talk a little bit about both boys teams here before we get going. And I will first talk about the Hinton Blackhawks. They're led by head coach John Spees. And his team is 5-4 overall and 2-2 in the War Eagle Conference. And it's been really a tale of two seasons for the Blackhawks, or two halves of the seasons for the Blackhawks. They started off the year strong with 4 straight wins, but followed that up by losing 4 of their next 5. And actually their closest loss within that time span was a 15-point loss to Sheldon back on Tuesday night. However, just like the Knights, they're desperately trying to crawl their way back up in the War Eagle standings. And they have some pieces that can help them do that. One of them is Carson Pierce, who is a returning second-team all-conference selection. He is 4th in the War Eagle in points with 138 and tied for 4th in steals with 19. They also have seen a good season out of 6'4" sophomore Kyle Leary, who has done a great job off the bench. He scored 13 to go along with 3 rebounds and 1 steal on Tuesday and comes into tonight sitting at 5th in the War Eagle in field goal percentage, and he's shooting at a 59.1% clip. So the Blackhawks have some talent, and they started 4-0 for a reason. They just need to find the same momentum and fire again, and it is up to the Knights to stop that. And let's talk a little bit about our Unity Christian Knights. They're led by head coach Cody Harskamp, and coming into tonight, his team is sitting at 4-5 overall and 1-3 in the War Eagle Conference. They snapped a 4-game losing streak last night with a huge win, upset win over Galen Catholic. They were up big, lost the lead within the final 15 seconds, then took it back on a huge Braden Bosma floater with about 5.5 seconds to go and held off a last-second desperation 3 from the Jays to win it 57-56. They got a great game out of multiple players last night. Jackson Bogle had 13. Dylan Bosma hit 4 threes for 12 points. And Tice Van Beek had 15 points to go along with 6 blocks, which actually catapulted him into the War Eagle Conference lead in blocks. He has now 16 total on the season. So they're going to need another team effort here tonight and take care of business against a struggling Hinton team that desperately needs a win to get back on track. And we got about 5 minutes to go before we have a tip-off. We'll take another break, and we should be pretty close to tip-off after that. You're watching Unity Christian Basketball on Fuller Digital Solutions.
You can't replace the peace of mind that comes with knowing your animal is in good hands. Central Veterinary Clinic has been serving Sioux Center and the surrounding area for over 60 years. With a staff of 11 veterinarians, you can be sure you're getting the right care when you need it. Whether it's your companion animal or a production animal operation, Central Veterinary is committed to staying up to date on the most current medical advances and knowledge to provide your animal with the best care. See what the professionals at Central Veterinary have to offer you at centralveterinaryclinic.com.
Rural customers deserve great internet too. This is Doug from EverTech. You deserve EverTech's no limits internet and the personal service that comes with it. We've dedicated 32 years to bringing customers like you reliable, unlimited internet. It's internet you can count on. Call or email our Everly office to get started. You and your family need internet with unlimited use, no contracts, and no overages. You need EverTech. Visit evertech.net to learn more. EverTech, internet where you live.
Notaboom Electric and Refrigeration has always operated under strong values aimed at exceeding client needs. The relationship with their clients begins on the first day of contact and only ends once you are fully satisfied with the work. When you hire Notaboom Electric, you can count on them for the results you want and need. They offer a number of services for residential and commercial facilities to schools and churches. Discover the advantage of working with Notaboom Electric and Refrigeration in Orange City today. Wishing good luck to the Knights.
When each new day begins, we're here. When you want new technology that's tested and proven, we're here. When you need a sounding board or just a good story, we're here. For an ally whose local roots run as deep as yours, or to make next year the best year yet, we'll be where we've been all along, with you from the word go.
All the best sports shows, all the best games on 101.5 FM and 1570 AM for your college sports, University of South Dakota. For NHL coverage, Minnesota Wild. For NBA coverage, Minnesota Timberwolves. For MLB coverage, Chicago Cubs. And the best games in both college and the pros with the ESPN Radio featured games. Never miss out on the action.
As a bank that cares about supporting small businesses, American State Bank assisted hundreds of young entrepreneurs launch their first business. Starting a business can be complicated, even when it's just a lemonade stand. It's never too early to begin thinking towards your next project, and we'll be here to help make it go as smoothly as possible. entrepreneurs, no matter their age. It's what we do.
Notaboom Electric and Refrigeration has always operated under strong values aimed at exceeding client needs. The relationship with their clients begins on the first day of contact and only ends once you are fully satisfied with the work. When you hire Notaboom Electric, you can count on them for the results you want and need. They offer a number of services for residential and commercial facilities to schools and churches. Discover the advantage of working with Notaboom Electric and Refrigeration in Orange City today. Wishing good luck to the Knights.
When each new day begins, we're here. When you want new technology that's tested and proven, we're here. When you need a sounding board or just a good story, we're here. For an ally whose local roots run as deep as yours, or to make next year the best year yet, we'll be where we've been all along, with you from the word go.
You can't replace the peace of mind that comes with knowing your animal is in good hands. Central Veterinary Clinic has been serving Sioux Center and the surrounding area for over 60 years. With a staff of 11 veterinarians, you can be sure you're getting the right care when you need it. Whether it's your companion animal or a production animal operation, Central Veterinary is committed to staying up to date on the most current medical advances and knowledge to provide your animal with the best care. See what the professionals at Central Veterinary have to offer you at centralveterinaryclinic.com.
Rural customers deserve great internet too. This is Doug from EverTech. You deserve EverTech's no limits internet and the personal service that comes with it. We've dedicated 32 years to bringing customers like you reliable, unlimited internet. It's internet you can count on. Call or email our Everly office to get started. You and your family need internet with unlimited use, no contracts, and no overages. You need EverTech. Visit evertech.net to learn more. EverTech, internet where you live.
Unity Christian is proud to have these businesses as partners, helping to ensure the success of our students now and into the future. All the best sports shows, all the best games on 101.5 FM and 1570 AM for your college sports, University of South Dakota. For NHL coverage, Minnesota Wild. For NBA coverage, Minnesota Timberwolves. For MLB coverage, Chicago Cubs. and the best games in both college and the pros with the ESPN Radio featured games. Never miss out on the action.
As a bank that cares about supporting small businesses, American State Bank assisted hundreds of young entrepreneurs launch their first business. Starting a business can be complicated, even when it's just a lemonade stand. It's never too early to begin thinking toward your next project, and we'll be here to help make it go as smoothly as possible. Supporting entrepreneurs, no matter their age, it's what we do.
I chose the NCCCNA course because I just really liked the instructors and the entire NCC community, how welcoming everybody is, and I was able to take it in high school and get it done before I started college.
The new facility here at NCC has been great. You've got every tool you can think of. You're never struggling to find something. Just the facility as a whole has been awesome. It makes the learning a lot more interesting and a lot more hands-on, and it's just been great.
Unity Christian is proud to have these businesses as partners, helping to ensure the success of our students now and into the future.
Customers deserve great internet too. This is Doug from EverTech. You deserve EverTech's no limits internet and the personal service that comes with it. We've dedicated 32 years to bringing customers like you reliable, unlimited internet. It's internet you can count on. Call or email our Everly office to get started. You and your family need internet with unlimited use, no contracts, and no overages. You need EverTech. Visit evertech.net to learn more. EverTech, internet where you live.
Rural customers deserve great internet too. You deserve EverTech's no limits internet and the quality local services that comes with it. We've dedicated 32 years to bring customers like you reliable and unlimited internet, up to 50 megabits across 22 counties. It's internet you can count on. Call or email our Everly office to get started. You and your family need internet with unlimited use, no contracts, and no overages. You need EverTech. Visit evertech.net to learn more. EverTech, internet where you live.
Since 1998, Ground Effects in Sioux Center has been Northwest Iowa's premier landscaping and garden center, providing a full variety of trees, shrubs, perennials, and annuals. Visit scgroundeffects.com and use their plant finder tool to help you find the perfect plant for your home. Ground Effects also has a full staff of experts and designers to turn your landscaping dreams into a reality. Come see what Ground Effects in Sioux Center has to offer.
And welcome back to Unity Christian High School. I'll try to quick go through our starting lineups. First for the Blackhawks, we'll see a senior number 11, Bo DeRocher, a senior number 13, Carson Pierce, a senior number 15, Carter Warden, a senior number 23, Dylan Cobb, and a senior number 35, Caden Winters. And for the Knights, we'll see a senior number 10, Tice Van Beek, a sophomore number 12, Braden Bosma, a freshman number 21, Dylan Bosma, a senior number 23, Trevor Wieringa, and a sophomore number 40, Jackson Vogel. And we are about ready for tip-off. Hopefully this game is just half as good as the girls' game. And it will be Caden Winters versus Tice Van Beek for the tip-off. And it will be won by Hinton. And here come the Blackhawks. This is Carson Pierce, near right wing. And gets it over to, this is Warden, over back to Pierce as it's handed off to him. Left wing, crossover dribble, drives baseline, his layup up and good. Carson Pierce gets the Blackhawks on the board for the first time. Here's Tice Van Beek. No, it's taken away by Hinton. And Carson Pierce will bring it back up the other way. Pierce over to Warden. This is Winters in the corner. There's Warden in the corner. Back over to Pierce near right wing. This is Cobb and back to Warden. There's a turnaround jumper from DeRocher. That's blocked by Dylan Bosma. That's Braden Bosma, excuse me. And here's a three from Wieringa. Good! Trevor Wieringa gives the Knights their first lead. It's 3-2. Here comes Carson Pierce the other way. Crossover dribble. Stops his dribble. Hands it off over to Cobb. Back to Pierce. Guarded well by Wieringa, and that's almost a backcourt violation as he got it to DeRocher. Back to Pierce. Crossover dribble. Drives in the lane. His floater's good. It's 4-3 Hinton. Here's Van Beek. This is Braden Bosman near right wing. Hands it off to Vogel, back over to Wieringa. Wieringa pull up three, right wing, rattles it out. And a putback attempt, no good, out of bounds, and it's Unity Christian basketball. Here's Vogel with it. Back to Wieringa, left wing. Here's Van Beek, right wing. Over to Vogel in the corner. Vogel to Wieringa, over to Van Beek. This is Braden Bosma, three from the corner. Rattles it out, no good, and rebound Hinton. And they'll go back the other way as they get it to Pierce to run the point. Pierce working off a screen. Drives in, kicks it back out. Tries to know it's taken by Tice Van Beek. Here's Wieringa left wing. This is Dylan Bosma, and they're going to call a foul in the paint. First foul of the night, and it was Dylan Cobb on that foul. Here's Vogel. Drives baseline, found an opening. He's blocked from behind. Here comes Pierce the other way. Pierce left wing, gets it over to Winters. Winters tries to get it in the paint, and it's off the hands of Pierce. It will be Unity Christian basketball. Dylan Bosma gets it up to Tice Van Beek. Van Beek back out to Wieringa. His three from the corner, good! Trevor Wieringa with 2 threes to start the night at 6-4. Here's Pierce, he'll try to drive in the lane. His layup good, and the foul. So Carson Pierce was 6, Trevor Wieringa was 6, so it's Pierce 6, Wieringa 6 to start this game. Pierce, the returning second team all-conference selection. Done a good job of running the offense here so far. So it looks like Kyle Leary checks in. DeRocher checks out. It's like Carver DeGroat checks in as well. Here's the free throw. Good. So make that 7 points for Carson Pierce. Here's Wieringa. Kicks it over to Dylan Bosma. Bosma throws it away. It's taken by Hinton. That was Dylan Cobb. Here's Pierce with it again. Hands it off in the corner to DeGroat. This is Winters with it. It's back in the hands of DeGroat. This is Winters again. Here's DeGroat near right wing. Hands it off to Pierce. Pierce crossover dribble. Kicks it back out. This is DeGroat. Back to Cobb for three. Too short, no good. Rebound, Wieringa coming back the other way. Here's Dylan Bosma in the corner. He'll take a three. Too short, no good. Vogel gets the rebound. Vogel kicks it back out to Van Beek. Pump fake, drives, kicks it out to Vogel, and it's tipped, and it will be Hinton basketball out of bounds on Unity. So Carter Warden checks back in. Winters checks out. So notice that Hinton loves to sub a lot of guys in and out. Started a lot of different guys as that's thrown away. and Unity will take over. Miscommunication there as Braden Bosma will inbound. Gets it into Dylan Bosma. And that's taken away by Pierce. He'll bring it back the other way. Pierce drives. His layup no good. Rebound fought for, and it's taken by Unity Christian. No, they're going to call a jump ball. Possession arrow toward Unity Christian. Here's Braden Bosma into Vogel. Vogel kicks it back out to Braden Bosma. Drives baseline, reverse layup up and good. Good move by Bosma to get that to go. It's 8-7 Unity Christian. And they're going to call a foul. It's going to be Unity Christian basketball. Didn't quite see who or what the call was. Nonetheless, it's Knight basketball. Looks like they got Kyle Leary on that foul. There's Braden Bosma. Back over to Wieringa. Cross court to Dylan Bosma. He'll drive baseline. He'll put up a shot that's good off the glass. Bosma on the board with 2. Here come the Blackhawks back the other way. Trapped near the half-court line. He just heaves it up and it's taken. Here's a 3 from the corner. Rattles in and out, no good. And Warden almost got that to go. This is Unity back the other way. Gets it into Vogel in the paint. Layup up and good. And Hinton wants a timeout as they find themselves down 12-7. We'll take a timeout with them. You're watching Unity Christian basketball on Fuller Digital Solutions.
Notaboom Electric and Refrigeration has always operated under strong values aimed at exceeding client needs. The relationship with their clients begins on the first day of contact and only ends once you are fully satisfied with the work. When you hire Notaboom Electric, you can count on them for the results you want and need. They offer a number of services for residential and commercial facilities to schools and churches. Discover the advantage of working with Notaboom Electric and Refrigeration in Orange City today. Wishing good luck to the Knights.
And welcome back to Unity Christian High School here in Orange City. Knights off to a hot start. It's 12-7, 2:50 remaining here, first period. Hinton to inbound. There's Pierce. Finally gets it across half court. He throws it out of bounds. Looking for Bo DeRocher. Threw it over his head. And Unity Christian will take over. Here's Bosma with it. Kicks it over to Braden Bosma. Here's Van Beek. Almost lost it out of bounds. He's in the corner. Gets it up to, that's Steven Schurz just checking in. Here's Dylan Bosma. And kicks it over to Schurz, back to Van Beek. Here's Dylan Bosma. He'll pull up for a jumper, no good off the front iron. And he fights for the rebound on the floor. And it looks like Braden Bosma is going to get called for a foul. And that is Bosma's second already. And Hinton will take over. Here's Leary with it. That's going to be called a foul. So looks like Dylan Bosma guilty of that one. Come the Blackhawks again. Here's DeRocher, hands it off to Pierce. Crossover dribble, good move. And they're going to call a foul, and they're going to go, and Pierce will go to the line for 2. Pierce has actually all 7 of Hinton's points so far. And to make that, oh, no, don't make that all 8. He misses the first one. Here comes the second free throw from Pierce. Gets it to go. It's 12-8. And that ball tipped away, saved from going out of bounds. It'll be Hinton seeing if they can take advantage of this turnover. This is Caden Winters. That's almost taken away by Steven Schurz as it smacked off the scorer's table. Here's Pierce with it. Pierce dribble behind the back, gets it over in the corner. This is DeRocher with it, back out to Winters. This is Pierce with it again, almost taken away. Here's DeRocher with it again. Kicks it over to Pierce. Pierce step back, kicks it over to Cobb. Cobb, 5 seconds left in the shot clock, gets it to Pierce who drives baseline, puts up a prayer, no good. And they're going to call a foul as Kyle Leary tried to poke in and steal that away. So that is Leary's second, the team's third. As Dylan Bosma checks out. Looks like Elliot Vandenberg checks in. Here's Schurz with it. Takes it over to Van Beek, left wing. He'll take a three, no good, off the mark, too long. And rebound Hinton. Pierce brings it up again. Hands it off to DeGroat. DeGroat over to Cobb. And that's taken away by Schurz, and a fight for it again, and DeRocher gets control of it. Under a minute to go, first period. Unity Christian leads 12-8. This is Cobb with it, near the top of the key. Here's Winters, back cross court. This is DeGroat. DeGroat, as they're going to call a shot clock violation. Actually, a travel before the shot clock violation. Here come the Knights. Shot clock turned off. 30 seconds remaining here, first period. Here's Schurz. Gets over to Van Beek. Back to Schurz again. Knights may be looking for one last shot here. Under 15 to go. Van Beek gets it in to Papama, who lays it up and in. And Jackson Papama gets on the board. Under 5 to go here, first period. And last second heave from DeGroat is no good. And we will go into the second quarter with the Knights leading 14-8. We'll take a quick break. You're watching Unity Christian Basketball on Fuller Digital Solutions.
Pizza Ranch serves buffet your way.
Don't you mean my way, Mr. Voiceover Guy?
Sure, anyone's way, actually. Request your favorite pizza. We'll make it, bake it, and give you the first slice.
I can add peppers to pepperoni, Stampede on stuffed crust, maybe Texan taco on thin. No tomatoes on my half. How can I convince Mom to let us eat here every night?
It's buffet your way at Pizza Ranch. Say it with me, kid.
And welcome back to Unity Christian High School. The Knights lead 14-8 as we are about set to start this second period. And all 8 of Hinton's points were scored by Carson Pierce. The ball is in his hands quite a bit. And he's actually 4th in the War Eagle in points with 138. Like I said earlier, a second team all-conference selection last year. Their only all-conference returner from last season. As for the Knights so far, Wieringa has 6 on 2 threes. Dylan Bosma is 2, Braden Bosma is 2, Jackson Papama is 2, and Jackson Vogel has 2 as well. So here come the Blackhawks to start the second quarter, excuse me. So they pass it around the perimeter here. This is Pierce with it again. Pierce hands it off. This is DeGroat. Gets it in the paint. Back out to DeGroat. This is Pierce again with it. He'll take a 3. Too long, no good. And Elliot Vandenberg gets the rebound think they called a jump ball, but it's possession arrow to Unity Christian. Dylan Bosma checks in. Vandenberg checks out. As Dylan Bosma brings it up the court. Just underway here, second period. Unity Christian leads 14-8. Gets it over to Wieringa. He's got 2 threes tonight. Van Beek to Bosma. Bosma over to Wieringa. He'll take another 3 from the corner. No good. I think it ended up bouncing off the shot clock, and that will be out of bounds. So Hinton will take over. Boda Rocher gets it over to Colt Frank. Frank cross court over to Pierce. Pierce has not gotten to past half court, finally does, and gets it over to the left wing to Frank. Frank gets it over to Warden. Back in the corner and near baseline. That's an easy layup for Colt Frank, who gets on the board after just checking in. The 6'2 junior makes his presence known. There's Tice Van Beek, dribbles baseline. Here's a floater, too short, no good. Rebound, Hinton. Pierce gets it up to Winters in the paint, and that floater's no good from Colt Frank. Here comes the Knights. Here's Wieringa for a layup, no good. Rebound, Vogel. He gets it to go, and the foul. Jackson Vogel had a good game last night, continuing it here. He's got 4 early at 16-10, Unity Christian. And here comes the free throw from Vogel. That is good. Gets a good bounce. We like the Unity Christian High School bounce. From the Blackhawks, this is Warden. Loses control, taken away by Dylan Bosma. And Euro step and a good layup from Bosma. He's got 4. He's done well since he got inserted into the lineup. Boda Rocher. Rocher cross court. Here's a 3. That's too short from Carter Warden. 19-10, Unity Christian leads. This is Bosma over to Schurz. Back cross court to Vogel. Vogel to Dylan Bosma near baseline. Back to Wieringa. Here's Schurz. Schurz cross court to Dylan Bosma. Pump fake. And I believe they're going to get a 3-second violation on the Knights, so they turn it over. So here come the Blackhawks. This is DeGroat with it. And finally getting it off, and this is in the paint to Dylan Cobb, who gets a layup to go with the foul. So Cobb on the board as Vogel picks up his first. Cobb is actually 0 for 2 from the free throw line so far coming in, and going to call off the free throw. And it's going to be Unity Christian basketball. Maybe someone in the lane early didn't quite see. All right, Knights lead by 7, 5:20 remaining here in the second period. Here's Van Beek, drives near baseline. Back out to Wieringa. Over to Schurz, back to Wieringa. Here's Van Beek in the corner for 3. Good! Tice Van Beek with his first points of the game. It's 22-12. That's a pass out of bounds again off the scorer's table, which has taken a beating so far in this game. We'll see if the Knights can extend their lead. Van Beek gets it into Dylan Bosma. Here's Van Beek again with it. Looks like the Knights might try to run a set here. Here's Schurz back to Van Beek. Well, 3-2 zone from the Blackhawks. Here's Van Beek for 3 again. No good. Off the back iron. Had a good look, couldn't finish. But here come the Blackhawks. Pierce again. Gets it back out in the corner. This is Winters with it. So Blackhawks dribbling around the perimeter. This is DeGroat. Into Pierce again. He'll pull up for a jumper. Good. Carson Pierce has 10. It's 22-14. And he matches his point total from back on Tuesday. He only had 10 then. Van Beek over to Bosma for 3. No, it rattles in and out. Here's Schurz, putback, no good, too short. And Wieringa gets the rebound back to Schurz. Here's Van Beek. Van Beek back out to Dylan Bosma, pump fake, and it's taken away. No, Schurz gains control back. Here's Bosma for 3. No good, too long. And here comes Carson Pierce back with it. And he hands it off to Frank. Frank throws it away. Is it off of Van Beek? No, it's not. And the Knights will take over. Vogel checks in. Looks like Popema checks out. And Ty Jones checks in for Hinton. And he'll check out Colt Frank. Comes Dylan Bosma with it into the free throw line to Wieringa, has it stripped away, but it's a foul. That's Hinton's 6th. And they're going to get Caden Winters on that foul. So Wieringa to the line as Kyle Leary checks in. We're coming into the game, only 4 for 8 on free throws, make that 4 for 9. And he gets a second one to go. It's 23-14 as Wieringa has 7. So Knights putting a little pressure here on the Blackhawks. Here's Pierce with it finally. Pierce cross court. Here's a 3. No good from Carter Warden. I think they might have gotten a foul there on the fight for the rebound. That is Hinton's 7th, so the Knights will go to the line for a 1-and-1. Pierce with his first. Front end of the 1-and-1 gets it to go. Dylan Bosma's got 5 as DeRocher checks in. Carver DeGroat checks out. Second free throw, good from Dylan Bosma. Bosma's got 6. 25-14, Unity Christian leads. Here's Pierce trying to get through traffic, but looks like he's fouled. He'll inbound it. Tice Van Beek guilty of that foul. Pierce gets it into Warden. This is Pierce again with it. Near right wing. Crossover dribble, drives baseline. Good defense by the Knights. Kicks it back out. No, it's taken by Tice Van Beek. 3 minutes left to go first half. Here's Wieringa. The Schurz in the corner. Schurz over to Bosma. Here's Vogel with it as he drives baseline. Kicks it out. Taken by Schurz. Cross court to Bosma. He'll shoot for 3 right wing. No good. And it's rebounded by Ty Jones. Jones try to drive, loses control, almost goes out of bounds, but he throws it out of bounds. No, it must have tipped off of, I don't know who it tipped off of from Unity. You're going to say Hinton basketball. The refs are going to talk about it. Nope. Hinton basketball. So Jones to inbound. Gets it into DeRocher. Hands it off to Pierce. Here's Pierce again with it. Tries to get in the paint. It's going to go out of bounds after the bad pass. And Dylan Bosma will bring it back up the other way. Fast moving first half. Here's Bosma. Kicks it over to Wieringa. Back to Bosma. Here's Van Beek for three, left wing. Good. Tice Van Beek with his second three of the night. Extends the lead to 14. Here's Ty Jones. Gets it in. Here's DeRocher. His floater, no good. Can't get it to fall. Looks like they did call a foul there in the paint, so it's a 1-and-1. Looks like they got Wieringa. That's his first, team seventh. And Coach Harskamp didn't like the call, but DeRocher will shoot free throws. Left-handed shot rattles in and out, no good. DeRocher no points yet tonight, but he scored 13 back on Tuesday. A couple more substitutions. One thing Hinton's doing is keep me on my toes with these substitutions. Cobb checks in. Second free throw, good. And so with that, it's 28-15. We'll have a timeout on the courts. Take a timeout with, and you're watching Unity Christian Basketball on Fuller Digital Solutions.
Unity Christian is proud to have these businesses as partners, helping to ensure the success of our students now and into the future.
And welcome back to Unity Christian High School. Tice Van Beek to inbound with them up 28-15. Gets it into Vogel. Vogel cross to Van Beek. Van Beek stops, gets it into Schurz. Here's Vandenberg over to Bosma. Pump fake a three. Schurz in near the paint to Vogel. He'll try to make a move, and they're going to call I believe, a foul on Vogel. So that's the team's eighth. Vogel's second. Here come the Blackhawks. This is DeGroat with it back to DeRocher. And Cobb loses control. Looks like they're going to call a foul on the court, and the Blackhawks will go to the line. This is Cobb, has 2 points so far on the night. Vogel checks out for the Knights, as well as Dylan Bosma. Looks like Kyan Emmelkamp checks in as well. First of the 1-and-1, no good, and rebound. Out of bounds, it'll be Hinton basketball. Pierce to inbound, gets it in to Cobb, gets it back to DeGroat, and they're going to call a travel on Carver DeGroat. So he'll turn it over. And we'll see what the Knights can do here. This is Van Beek. Van Beek kicks it to Emmelkamp. He'll take a three from the corner, no good. And it is a rebound for Carson Pierce as the Blackhawks bring it back up the other way. Hands it off to DeRocher. DeRocher Gets it into Grote. This is Warden in the corner. Back to DeRocher. DeRocher hands it off to Pierce. Under 1 to go here in the first half. Pierce crossover dribble, drives, layup up and good. Pierce has 12 of the 17 for the Blackhawks. They have a nice need to hurry up, finally get it across half court. This is Vandenberg in the paint to Popema, and a contested layup. Layup no good, but he was fouled. As Carver to Grote, guilty of his first foul. First free throw on the way from Popema, no good off the front iron. Rebound, Steven Schurz, and that's back out to Vandenberg. Here's Van Beek, and that's almost taken away, out of bounds. It will remain with Unity Christian. Van Beek gets it into Popema. Back to Van Beek. Under 30 to go. Shot clock turned off here at the end of the first half. Van Beek over to Schurz. Back to Van Beek. Under 15 to go. This is Schurz. Into Popema to the free throw. They'll try to drive. His floater, no good. Fight for the rebound. Out of bounds. It'll remain Unity basketball. 6.2 to go. There's the inbound to Schurz. Schurz needs to hurry up. 2 left on the clock. This is Van Beek. Did he get it off in time? I'm not sure if he did, but it's no good anyway. And we'll go into halftime with the Knights leading 28-17. We'll take a quick break, and I'll give you analysis of the first half. You're watching Unity Christian Basketball on Fuller Digital Solutions.
You can't replace the peace of mind that comes with knowing your animal is in good hands. Central Veterinary Clinic has been serving Sioux Center and the surrounding area for over 60 years. With a staff of 11 veterinarians, you can be sure you're getting the right care when you need it. Whether it's your companion animal or a production animal operation, Central Veterinary is committed to staying up to date on the most current medical advances and knowledge to provide your animal with the best care. See what the professionals at Central Veterinary have to offer you at centralveterinaryclinic.com.
Rural customers deserve great internet too. This is Doug from EverTech. You deserve EverTech's no limits internet and the personal service that comes with it. We've dedicated 32 years to bringing customers like you reliable, unlimited internet. It's internet you can count on. Call or email our Everly office to get started. You and your family need internet with unlimited use, no contracts, and no overages. You need EverTech. Visit evertech.net to learn more. EverTech, internet where you live.
All the best sports shows, all the best games on 101.5 FM and 1570 AM for your college sports, University of South Dakota. For NHL coverage, Minnesota Wild. For NBA coverage, Minnesota Timberwolves. For MLB coverage, Chicago Cubs. And the best games in both college and the pros with the ESPN Radio featured games. Never miss out on the action.
As a bank that cares about supporting small businesses, American State Bank assisted hundreds of young entrepreneurs launch their first business. Starting a business can be complicated, even when it's just a lemonade stand. It's never too early to begin thinking towards your next project, and we'll be here to help make it go as smoothly as possible. Supporting entrepreneurs, no matter their age, it's what we do.
And welcome back to Unity Christian High School as the Knights lead this one at halftime, 28-17. Knights scored 14 in the first period. The Blackhawks scored 8. And then the Knights scored 14 again to make it to 28 and pull up to an 11-point lead. I'll go through some stats here from the first half. First for the Blackhawks. Carson Pierce leads the way with 12 of the 17. Dylan Cobb has 2. Colt Frank has 2 as well. Otherwise, that's about it. I'm probably missing one somewhere. I probably missed a free throw. Actually, yes, I did. Bo DeRocher has 1, and that's the other point for the Blackhawks. And for the Knights, Tice Van Beek has 6 on 2 threes. Braden Bosma has 2. Dylan Bosma has 7 on the night. Trevor Wieringa has 7 as well. Jackson Popema has 2, and Jackson Vogel has 4. Actually, I will take that back. Dylan Bosma has 5, not 7 so far on the night. So it's been pretty well-rounded here for the Knights. And again, just kind of like the first half of the girls' game and kind of like this game for the Knights last night. Not really one particular person standing out. Tice Van Beek hit a couple big threes. Wiering hit a couple big ones early. Dylan Bosma has been good. Vogel has been good in the paint once again. But it's just really everyone doing their jobs here so far. And it's been a great team effort. Been doing a good job of getting it to Vogel in the paint when he's open. Van Beek's had a good looks. He's made the Hinton pay as well. So just good team play. Everyone playing to their strengths and everyone getting a chance to score here for the Knights. And with the Blackhawks, the ball's been in the hands of Carson Pierce really most of the night, as you might be able to tell, with him having 12 points of the 17. And I also noticed, too, like I said, the Blackhawks sub in a lot of different guys, so maybe not one guy gets in a groove a ton, maybe, but it's Pierce has been in for most of the game as well, and we'll see if maybe he can, if he'll have enough steam as well as the game goes on, and we'll see if the Knights can shut him down and seal a victory here in this War Eagle game between Hinton and Unity Christian. I think I'll take another quick break as they're honoring Gracie Skonoven here at halftime. And I'll take another quick break. You're watching Unity Christian basketball on Fuller Digital Solutions.
Since 1998, Ground Effects in Sioux Center has been Northwest Iowa's premier landscaping and garden center, providing a full variety of trees, shrubs, perennials, and annuals. Visit scgroundeffects.com and use their Plant Finder tool to help you find the perfect plant for your home. Ground Effects also has a full staff of experts and designers to turn your landscaping dreams into a reality. Come see what Ground Effects in Sioux Center has to offer. Can't replace the peace of mind that comes with knowing your animal is in good hands. Central Veterinary Clinic has been serving Sioux Center and the surrounding area for over 60 years. With a staff of 11 veterinarians, you can be sure you're getting the right care when you need it. Whether it's your companion animal or a production animal operation, Central Veterinary is committed to staying up to date on the most current medical advances and knowledge to provide your animal with the best care. See what the professionals at Central Veterinary have to offer you at centralveterinaryclinic.com.
As a bank that cares about supporting small businesses, American State Bank assisted hundreds of young entrepreneurs launch their first business. Starting a business can be complicated, even when it's just a lemonade stand. It's never too early to begin thinking towards your next project, and we'll be here to help make it go as smoothly as possible. Supporting entrepreneurs, no matter their age, it's what we do.
All the best sports shows, all the best games on 101.5 FM and 1570 AM for your college sports, University of South Dakota. For NHL coverage, Minnesota Wild. For NBA coverage, Minnesota Timberwolves. For MLB coverage, Chicago Cubs. and the best games in both college and the pros with the ESPN Radio featured games. Never miss out on the action.
The instructors here are really nice. The way they teach here is different than a few other colleges as well. We have outside cars, so not just a bunch of trainer cars that everybody works on and you kind of know what's wrong with them already. So we have to go through the full steps of diagnostics and find out what the problem is, and then we fix it.
The heavy equipment program here at NCC is unique in that we actually go out and do real-world jobs. Students get hands-on time with the equipment. We cover the maintenance as well as the operation of the equipment, and then we go into the estimating side of things.
Unity Christian is proud to have these businesses as partners, helping to ensure the success of our students now and into the future.
Pizza Ranch serves buffet your way.
Don't you mean my way, Mr. Voiceover Guy?
Sure, anyone's way actually. Request your favorite pizza. We'll make it, bake it, and give you the first slice.
I can add peppers to pepperoni, Stampede on stuffed crust, maybe Texan taco on thin. No tomatoes on my half. How can I convince Mom to let us eat here every night?
It's buffet your way at Pizza Ranch. Say it with me, kid.
I chose the NCC CNA course because I just really liked the instructors and the entire NCC community, how welcoming everybody is, and I was able to take it in high school and get it done before I started college.
The new facility here at NCC has been great. You've got every tool you can think of. You're never struggling to find something. Just the facility as a whole has been awesome. It makes the learning a lot more interesting and a lot more hands-on, and it's just been great.
And welcome back to Unity Christian High School. We're about ready for the start of the third period. Unity Christian leads 28 to 17, and the Knights will start with the basketball. Van Beek gets it into Dylan Bosma, and we're underway here in the second half. Over to Braden Bosma, back to Dylan Bosma. Back out to Wieringa. He's got a couple threes tonight. Here's Vogel in the paint. Turn around, and his shot's no good. And here come the Blackhawks back the other way. This is Pierce again with it. Pierce over to Warden. Back over to Winters in the corner. This is Cobb right wing. And that's tipped, and it's taken back. Here's Warden for three, no good. Rebound, put back, no good. And a rebound for Dylan Bosma. Here come the Knights back the other way. And that's an errant pass from Dylan Bosma intended for Trevor Wieringa. And the Blackhawks will take over. Caden Winters. Back up to Bo DeRocher. And that's taken away by the Knights. A fight for it on the floor. It's given off to Braden Bosma. He'll go to the rim and lay it up and in. And Bosma gets the first points of the second half. It's 30-17, and Bosma's got 4. And here's Warden trying to respond. That three, no good. Rebound, Jackson Vogel. There's Wieringa right wing. Working off the screen, this is Braden Bosma for three, good! Bosma has 5. all 5 of the Unity Christian points this half. It's 33-17. Here's Vogel, and that's a foul as Vogel tried to reach in there. So that was Dylan Cobb with the basketball, Vogel guarding. As Popema checks in for Vogel, and that is, I believe, Vogel's 3rd foul. Winters to inbound, gets it in. Back to Pierce, he'll shoot for 3, no good off the mark, and the putback no good too. From Carver to Grow, here come the Knights. Here's Bosma, kicks it over to Van Beek. Van Beek back out to Bosma, drives baseline. Ooh, and he stepped out of bounds before the pass, I think. So Hinton will inbound. Winters gets it up to DeGroat. DeGroat back to Winters. And this is Pierce with it. Drives in the paint, and he's fouled. And they'll get Popema on that foul. And Pierce will go to the line for 2. Pierce coming in to this game 40 for 60 at the line. That one's too long. Knights lead 33-17, 5:50 remaining here, 3rd period. And second free throw gets it to go. It's 33-18. Pierce has got 13. And we have a timeout on the floor. We'll take a timeout with them. You're watching Unity Christian Basketball on Fuller Digital Solutions.
Since 1998, Ground Effects in Sioux Center has been Northwest Iowa's premier landscaping and garden center, providing a full variety of trees, shrubs, perennials, and annuals. Visit scgroundeffects.com and use their plant finder tool to help you find the perfect plant for your home. Ground Effects also has a full staff of experts and designers to turn your landscaping dreams into a reality. Come see what Ground Effects in Sioux Center has to offer.
And welcome back to Unity Christian High School. It's a 15-point lead for the Knights coming out of a timeout. Tice Van Beek to inbound, gets it into Dylan Bosma. Bosma gets it up to Braden Bosma. This is Tice Van Beek with it. Pull up jumper, no good. And fight for the rebound is taken by Hinton, and they're going to stop play and call a foul on the fight for it. And that's Wieringa's 3rd. Team's 3rd of the half. Here come the Blackhawks back the other way. This is Pierce. Kicks it back out to DeGroat. Actually, that's DeRocher driving baseline. Can't get it to go. Kicks it back out. This is Pierce in the corner now. Try to drive baseline. Good defense from Van Beek. This is Caden Winters with it. This is Pierce. Crossover dribble, drive to the hoop. No good. Block from behind from Van Beek. And here's Van Beek for 3 on the other end. Too short, no good. Gets his own rebound, drives to the rim, and off the glass, and good. Tice Van Beek has 8, a good sequence for him. It's a 17-point lead as Braden Bosma steals it, drives baseline, reverse layup, up and good. Braden Bosma is 9, it's a 19-point lead. See if the Blackhawks have a response. This is Pierce, kicks it back out. Here's the 3, no good from Dylan Cobb. Rebound, Unity Christian. That's poked away, it goes out of bounds. It will remain Unity Christian basketball. As Steven Schurz checks in. Vandenberg checks in. Dylan Bosma checks out. And Wieringa checks out. And that's Braden Bosma, floater too short, taken by Popema, throws it away to Carson Pierce. And that's tipped as he tried to get it to Warden. He kicks it back out to Pierce. Pierce through the free throw line, working on Popema, loses control, taken by Tice Van Beek. But he throws it out of bounds. It'll be Unity Christian ball. It's number 45, Logan Kempema, to inbound it. Gets it into DeRocher. DeRocher drives to the hoop, and he gets a tough shot to go. Cuts lead down to 17. This is Schurz with it. Back over to Braden Bosma. Gets into Van Beek near the free throw line, and it's taken away by the Blackhawks. This is Kempena with it. Hands it off to Winters. Winters to Warden. Back over to DeRocher. He'll shoot for three. That's good. The Blackhawks not done yet. Couple quick scores. It's a 14-point deficit. Hey, here's the three from Braden Bosma off the front of the rim. No good. Here's Tice Van Beek. Here's Schurz. Back to Van Beek. Is three. Too long. No good. And rebound Hinton. Feeling a bit of a momentum shift. We'll see what the Blackhawks can do, but that's tipped out of bounds by Schurz. Dylan Bosma checks in for Tice Van Beek. It's DeRocher with it. Hands it off to Kempena. Back over to Warden in the corner. And a foul in the paint on Popema to try to reach for that. Already the Knights' fifth, I believe. Take the back, that's their fourth. It's Warden back out to Kempena. Kempena gets it into Warden. His layup. Oh, I thought it was blocked from behind, but they're going to call a foul. Warden will go to the line for two. And they got Dylan Bosma with that foul. That's his third. First free throw on the way and good. That's Warden's first points of the game. Second free throw on the way, too long, and Unity ends up with the rebound. Van Beek dribbles it back out. This is Popema with it now. There's Schurz back up to Dylan Bosma. Back to Schurz, right wing. Has an open three. He'll take it. It rattles in and out. No good. 13-point game. Here comes the Blackhawks back up the court. 2.5 to go, third period. It's Caden Winters. Over to Kempena. Gets it in to DeRocher. DeRocher tries to drive to the hoop. His layup off the glass isn't good. Just like that, it's an 11-point game. Van Beek gets it into Popema. Turn around and layup. No shots. But I think they might get a foul on the floor. They're going to get Kempena on a push. And Beek gets it into Bosma. He has an open three, too short. And it is a rebound for Bo DeRocher. Knights going cold. That's how they respond. Winters gets it in the paint. Here's the three from DeRocher, too short, no good. Here come the Knights back the other way. This is Van Beek near right wing. Over to Schurz. There's Dylan Bosma. Over to Vandenberg. In the paint to Popema. Back to Van Beek. Here's Vandenberg left wing. Pump fake drives through the baseline. Back out to Dylan Bosma. He'll shoot a three. Good! Braden Bosma has 12. It's 40-26, and they increase that cushion just a little bit. And here's Popema. He takes it away, and he dunks it home. Jackson Popema gets the stands on their feet, all the fans on their feet. And Galen Catholic wants a timeout. And the whole bench fired up for good reason. Popema gets his 4th point in style. We'll take a bit of a break. You're watching Unity Christian basketball on Fuller Digital. Welcome back to Unity Christian High School. The Knights lead at 42-26, and they extended their lead to 16 points after an emphatic dunk from Jackson Popema. I think he's been waiting all season for an opportunity to show that off, and he got it. Here's Winters with it for the Blackhawks. Gets it into DeRocher. Here's Winters again. Back cross court, and that's taken away by Dylan Bosma. Under a minute to go here, 3rd period. Bosma hands it off to Vandenberg. Here's Schurz with it. And Bosma will take a 3 too short, no good. And Pierce will try to drive, stops, and that's blocked by Van Beek again. Van Beek's just a block machine, and they're going to call a jump ball possession arrow Hinton. And it looks like a bunch of sweat on the floor. After everyone fought for that rebound, they'll get a towel out, wipe it up. .1 to go, 3rd period. Unity Christian with a 42-26 lead. Hinton to inbound. Gets it into DeRocher. Hands it off to Pierce. Pierce again. Hands it off to DeGroat. Back to Pierce and try to drive baseline. Kicks it back out. This is DeRocher. 20 to go, 3rd period. Pierce again near the logo. Try to drive. Spin move in the paint. Gets the layup not to go. And rebound. Hinton, and there's a floater that's no good off the glass, and it is taken by Tice Van Beek. 5 seconds to go. He's got to hurry up, trying to drive through traffic, but he's fouled, falls to the court. And it looked like he might have been hurt, but he's okay. 2.8 to go. And that foul on Carver DeGroat. His 2nd. Van Beek to inbound. Gets it into Popema. Fight for it. You're going to call a jump ball. Possession arrow to Unity. 1.7. We'll see if the Knights can get a shot off quick before the end of the 3rd period. See what kind of play Coach Harskamp has drawn up. Van Beek to inbound. Gets it in to Schurz. He'll take it, and he can't get a shot off in time. But it is 42-26 to end the 3rd period. We'll take a quick break. You're watching Unity Christian Basketball on Fuller Digital Solutions.
Notaboom Electric and Refrigeration has always operated under strong values aimed at exceeding client needs. The relationship with their clients begins on the first day of contact and only ends once you are fully satisfied with the work. When you hire Notaboom Electric, you can count on them for the results you want and need. They offer a number of services for residential and commercial facilities to schools and churches. Discover the advantage of working with Notaboom Electric and Refrigeration in Orange City today. Wishing good luck to the Knights.
And Welcome back to Unity Christian High School. About set for the fourth period, and Unity Christian has a comfortable 16-point lead. And they've actually scored 14 points each quarter so far. But just a great overall team performance. As I did notice, but it actually looked like a Hinton cheerleader might have fallen a little ill, and they walked her off the court. So we're getting ready for the start of the fourth period. Hinton with the basketball. Rocher gets it into Pierce. Over to DeGroat. DeGroat dribbling around the perimeter, hands it off to Frank. Frank drives and a good finish through a rim. Colt Frank with a nice drive in the paint. And it's a 14-point lead for Unity. Here's Tice Van Beek, gets it over to Wieringa. Thought about a three. Gets it in the corner to Dylan Bosma. Bosma back over to Wieringa. Gets it into Vogel near right elbow. Trying to drive. Good defense. Kicks it back out. Here's Bosma. And he throws it away, but he might have stepped out of bounds before that. Actually, I'll take that back. Might have called a foul in there. So it's Unity Christian basketball. Here's Popema. Excuse me, that's Vogel. It's Van Beek right wing, gets it into Vogel. In the paint, turn around, layup up and good. Good post move from Jackson Vogel. It's a 44-28 game. See if Hinton has an answer. This is Bo DeRocher. Cross court. Here's a three. That's no good from Carver DeGroat. Van Beek coming back with it the other way. Over to Dylan Bosma in the paint to Vogel. We'll see if he can work another move. That's blocked by Caden Winters. I believe they're going to call a foul as well on Dylan Bosma. It's Bosma's fourth. So again, Bosma in foul trouble. He's played well. Freshman still learning though. Been in foul trouble the past couple games. Here's DeRocher, cross court. Here's Winters with it. Here's Pierce, gets through traffic and tries to get it in to, that was Frank, but it was taken away by Schur. 6:30 remaining in this one. Here's Wieringa with it. It's over to Van Beek, in the paint to Vogel, who lays it up and in, and the foul. And I'll take that back. I think they're going to wave off the shot, excuse me. But Van Beek will inbound it here. They got Caden Winters on that foul. In the paint to Van Beek, who can't finish. And fight for the rebound, who has it. And jump ball call, possession arrow to Unity. Van Beek to inbound, gets it into Vogel, hands it off to Van Beek. Back out to Schurz. It's Wieringa for three, left wing, rattles it out, no good. Come the Blackhawks back the other way. This is Colt Frank. Back out to Pierce, pull up jumper, no good, and fight for the rebound taken by Hinton. Here's DeRocher, he'll pull up for three, no good. And it's Tice Van Beek with the rebound. Pull-up jumper from the free throw line, no good. And Wieringa with the rebound. Hands it off to, I think that's Bosma in the corner, good for three. Braden Bosma. Up to 15, it's a 19-point lead. Pierce again, kicks it back out to Colt Frank. Frank stops, jumper, no good. Here comes Schurz back the other way. In the corner to Bosma. In the paint to Vogel. Has a block by Winters. 5 minutes to go. We'll see what the Blackhawks can do. Wow, nice move in the paint, but he can't get it to go. Good dribble behind the back, but as Wenger tries to get it into Vogel, but it's out of bounds after the errant pass. 4:51 remaining, fourth period. With the Knights with a 19-point lead. Looks like Ty Jones checks in for Hinton. Warden checks in as well. Here's Jones with it. Taken away by Bosma. He'll drive near the baseline. He tried to dunk again, but he gets it to go, and the foul. I think Bosma tried to dunk last night as well, and he didn't get it to go. Didn't quite finish the dunk, but it ended up a made basket, so I think he'll take it. And Braden Bosma's free throws up and good. He's got 15 on the night. That was also Caden Winter's fourth foul. So 50-28 is the Unity lead, up by 22. And that's taken away by Bosma. We'll see what he tries to do here. Can't quite get the dunk. It's a made basket, but he couldn't quite finish it and make it clean. Bosma up to 17. And here's the pass in the paint, foul on DeRocher. They'll go to the line for two. So they're going to get Tice Van Beek on that foul. First free throw good. DeRocher has 9. Second free throw on the way, and no good. Rebound, Tice Van Beek. Here's Dylan Bosma with it. Hands it off to Van Beek. Here's Braden Bosma, back to Dylan. Cross court to Van Beek. Here's Braden Bosma with it. He'll drive baseline, and this time he'll just finger roll it up and in. I think he tried for another dunk. Bosma's got 19. It's 54-29 Unity leads. Almost stolen away by Schurz. Here's a drive to the paint. Blocked from behind by Vogel, but they're going to call a jump ball. As Jackson Popema checks in, Vogel checks out. Inbound in to Colt Frank, and that's tipped out of bounds by Popema. DeRocher to inbound. Gets it into Cobb. Hands it off to Pierce. That's thrown out of bounds, and Unity Christian will take over. And a timeout on the floor from Hinton. We'll take a timeout with them. You're watching Unity Christian Basketball on Fuller Digital Solutions.
When each new day begins, we're here. When you want new technology that's tested and proven, we're here. When you need a sounding board or just a good story, we're here. For an ally whose local roots run as deep as yours, or to make next year the best year yet, we'll be where we've been all along, with you from the word go.
And welcome back to Unity Christian High School. The Knights trying to put the final touches on this 25-point lead here against Hinton, 3:27 remaining. Mentioned earlier that it's really been a group effort from the Knights, and no one's really stood out, but Braden Bosma has exploded for 19 here tonight. He's had a good past few games. Here's Dylan Bosma with it. And that's almost taken away by Pierce. Bosma gains control back of it, gets it to Van Beek. Back to Bosma. Here's a three from the left wing. Good! Elliot Vandenberg gets on the board. It's 57-29. Here's Colt Frank with it. And that's taken away by Dylan Bosma. He'll try to go coast to coast, see if he can finish. Gets it off to Popema. Can't get the dunk to go this time. And it's a rebound for Hinton. Here's Pierce near right wing. Try to dribble baseline. His floater no good. And here's a pass up to Popema. He can't get that dunk to go either. Gets it to go, but it wasn't clean. The Knights flexing all of their muscles here tonight as they lead by 30, 2:25 remaining. And here come the Blackhawks. Here's Pierce for three. Good. Carson Pierce is 16, and we'll get a few substitutions. Looks like for the Knights, Titan Holstein will come in. Bryce Harskamp. Gabe Borchers checks in as well. And the whole Unity student section was screaming, "We want Gabe," and they got their wish. Here's Bryce Harskamp. Harskamp hands it off to Borchers. Borchers drives, kicks it back out. That was Simon Melamo. They're going to call for a travel. A lot of new substitutions in for the Blackhawks as well. This is Logan Kempena, hands it off. This is Carver DeGroat with it. There's DeGroat again near baseline, kicks it back out. This is Kyle Leary, kicks it back out to Hagstrom. His jumper no good. A rebound, Titan Holstein coming back the other way. Emmelkamp hands it off to Borchers. Borchers back out. This is Harskamp, pump fake. Over to Borchers. Borchers kicks it back out to Emmelkamp. This is Bryce Harskamp for three, no good. A little too strong. Here come the Blackhawks back the other way. This is Cole Friesen. Friesen over to, this is Kempena for three, that's good. Logan Kempena gets on the board as we approach a minute left to go. And that's taken away almost, and it goes out of bounds off of Unity Christian. I believe they called a foul there as well, actually. They got Titan Holstein with that. His first. Team's 8th. As that will send Logan Kempena to the line, the 6'4" freshman. Free throw on the way, no good. Rebound, Hinton. Back out to Ty Jones. Jones trying to drive through traffic, can't get through. And Gabe Borchers will take it. Come the Knights back the other way. Cross court over to Holstein. Holstein back out to Borchers. He'll shoot for three. No good. I think the whole crowd would have gone nuts if Borchers would have hit that. (59-35), Unity Christian with a 24-point lead. Here's Jones with it. Here's Jones again, right wing. It's over to Kempena. Kempena drives baseline, pull up, jumper no good. Rebound fought for and taken, no, out of bounds, off of Titan Holstein. Here's Ty Jones with it in the corner. Back over to Kempena. Here's Hagestrom, pull up a jumper, good. Good looking shot from Hagestrom, the freshman. Under 10 to go, here's Holstein. Gets it in to Emmelkamp, that's taken away. Here's Borchers with it. And they're going to call backcourt violation on Unity Christian. .5 to go. Taken by Hagstrom. Limemore shot from the Blackhawks is no good from Cole Friesen, and that will do it. Unity Christian with a commanding 59-37 win as the Knights sweep this girls-boys doubleheader and send Hinton home with 2 losses. We'll take a quick break, and I'll be back to sum this one up. You're watching Unity Christian basketball on Fuller Digital Solutions.
Notaboom Electric and Refrigeration has always operated under strong values aimed at exceeding client needs. The relationship with their clients begins on the first day of contact and only ends once you are fully satisfied with the work. When you hire Notaboom Electric, you can count on them for the results you want and need. They offer a number of services for residential and commercial facilities to schools and churches. Discover the advantage of working with Notaboom Electric and Refrigeration in Orange City today. Wishing good luck to the Knights.
When each new day begins, we're here. When you want new technology that's tested and proven, we're here. When you need a sounding board or just a good story, we're here. For an ally whose local roots run as deep as yours, or to make next year the best year yet, we'll be where we've been all along, with you from the word go.
And welcome back to Unity Christian High School. The boys take this game 59-37, just a well-rounded game here for the Knights as they came in and took care of business of the Hinton Blackhawks. Go through a few stats here with you. First for the Blackhawks, Bo DeRocher had 9 tonight. Carson Pierce had 16. Carter Warden had 1. Dylan Cobb had 2. Colt Frank had 4. Logan Kempena came in and hit a 3 toward the end, and Will Hagstrom had 2. And for the Unity Christian Knights, Tice Van Beek had 8 and a couple blocks to go along with that. Braden Bosma had 19. He really turned it on in the second half. Dylan Bosma had 5. Trevor Wieringa had 7. Elliot Vandenberg had 3. Jackson Popema, after a couple dunk attempts, had 6. Jackson Vogel had 6 as well. Did a good job in the paints tonight once again. And overall, just a really good team win. And the Knights were up 14-8 after 1, 28-17 at the break, 42-26 after 3. And then finally with a 59-37 victory. I think the camera cut out on me. I'll make this quick. I think they're telling me to stop talking. But I'll quickly go through what these two have upcoming. First, the Blackhawks, after tonight, will travel to Trinity Christian on the 19th. That is next week, Thursday. Then the night after, they'll host Harris Lake Park on Friday nights. And that's their games for next week. And for the Knights on Tuesday the 17th, they will host Western Christian. We'll have that one for you on Fuller Digital Solutions. And then on Thursday the 19th, they will go to Sioux Center, and that will wrap up their games for next week. It was a fun night. Good couple of games here for the Knights. And I want to thank you guys for tuning in. This is Jordan DeSmit signing off.